true Biafran. MAZI NNAMDI uniquely brings to you, Radio Biafra live broadcast by the eminent Supreme Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB. The Director of Radio Biafra. And the Supreme Commander of the Armies of Biafra. MAZI NNAMDI KANU. The morning broadcast, live, and direct, on the 11th day of March, 2015. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Browse Biafran Restoration websites at www.ipob.org, and radiobiafra.co. Also browse our website at www.biafran.org, to learn more about Biafra history. Visit our YouTube channel more often for the very best of Biafran videos. Enjoy it.
Biafra, we have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our trumpets pealing the glorious song.
Good morning, wonderful people, great Biafrans, wherever you are on the face of this very planet. Once again, we welcome you to this morning of the 11th day of March in the year of our Lord 2015, with the time now standing at 10 minutes past 8 a.m. in the morning here in the United Kingdom, 10 minutes past 9 a.m. in Biafra land. Irrespective of where you are on the face of this very planet, we welcome you. The time where you are should be round about the same 10 minutes past the top of the hour. That is how you know that we are live and we are direct. Those of you in Los Angeles, I presume that the time now is 10 minutes past 11 p.m. of the 10th of March 2015. You have not gone into your morning of the 11th, but we have over here. Those of you in Japan now will also be round about your late evening or late afternoon in Japan of the same day, the 11th of March 2015. But regardless of where you are, if you are in Japan, if you are in South Korea, our family in South Korea is very, very strong. If you are in Hong Kong, if you are in Malaysia, in Indonesia, in Australia, the 4 time zones or 3 in Australia, it doesn't matter. The time now is 11 minutes past, whatever time it is where you are. 12 midnight, 1 a.m., 2, 3, it doesn't matter. That is how you know we are live. It is 11 minutes past the top of the hour where you are. This is Radio Biafra. We say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you. Especially our people who, for them, it is nighttime now in the USA. This is your platform. This is your radio station. This is Radio Biafra. Today is a very exceptional day because here we specialize in exposing lies and deceit. We specialize in debunking all the garbage, all the gossip, all the rumors. We are on Radio Biafra to set the course of the restoration of God's kingdom on this very earth straight and narrow. Only the worthy and the righteous will be fit enough to participate and to partake in the coming of the glory of heaven. If you find yourself serving your country either as a soldier, as a volunteer worker, either as a principal officer, a staff, or just a family member, you are indeed privileged. Highly privileged you all are. Because there is no other place on this very planet where the land is holy, the people are holy, or we are once holy in the case of our people. Now we are scattered all over the place with a lot of things so negative about us that people don't even want to touch us with a barge pole. We are unique, we are very special, and we are here to remind you of that. Our mission, our effort will not be complete if not for the glory of heaven. Therefore, this very morning, here in the UK, it could be your night, afternoon, it could be your evening, it doesn't matter. But here in the United Kingdom, it is our morning, and this very morning, like every other morning, we call upon the grace of heaven. We ask Chukwu Biama to come and be with us. We ask Chukwu Biama in his infinite mercy to please watch over us, for Chukwu Biama to remain faithful to us, for his cloak of righteousness to envelop us, for his mercy to always be at the front of us, at the back, to the right, and to the left. Because we have no other God apart from Chukwu Biama in heaven. That is the name of God, is Chukwu Biama. Oyibo calls him God. Others call him Jehovah. Our cousins, the Hebrews, call him Yahweh. To us, he is Chukwu Biama. That is the name we venerate him with. And that is the name he answers even in heaven. Because the only greeting he understands is a mama. Within that very greeting encapsulates so much. Because he is worthy to be praised. Biafra will come, and because of that, our children and their children and their children will look up to Chukwu Biama and no other. That is why we pray and say that in the end, every honor and glory will go to Chukwu Biama and not to man. Because Biafra is a gift from heaven, not from man. We can't do anything about it. Only Chukwu Biama can give us Biafra, not man. That is why we must adhere strictly to what he commanded us to do in Exodus chapter 20. That we will have no other God apart from him. That he is the Lord of hosts. People must understand this, that here on Radio Biafra, we mix our knowledge of the kingdom of heaven with what we know on this very earth. Because we are very special. a very special people. I don't worship idol. Anything made with hand, I don't worship it. And I'm a Pharisee. Some of you do. Out of ignorance, I suppose. But as you continue to see the light, you will come to the knowledge of the truth, and that very truth will set you free, which we believe will be encapsulated in the rebirth of the Republic of Biafra in our time. In our time. I welcome you. The barrister will join us very, very shortly, having spoken to him earlier this morning. My name is Nnamdi Kanu. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra all over this very planet, the commander of all her loyal forces, and in the same vein, the director of Radio Biafra. By the very special grace of heaven, a servant of the wonderful people of Biafra, it is my unique privilege to undertake this mission ordained by heaven, sanctioned in heaven, executed on this very earth, to the glory of God and not of man. That Chukwu Abiama's name may be praised forever and ever. That is why we are here. And that is why Biafra will come. I have no doubt. Some of you have doubt. Oh, for the new moon and Asungongo. Some of you go back. I never do. I only march forwards. I never retreat. I never surrender. And why is that the case? Is because I am without fear before any human being. And I will be in Biafra land. This gospel will be preached. We will march and Biafra will come. That's what I said. We will march, and Biafra will come in truth and in every honesty. That is something you need to know. Therefore, tell your friends and your family. If you are listening via CHK 97.6, the whole of Imo State is down. They will not vote. Rochas Okorocha is accusing us of PDP sponsorship, that there is nothing like Radio Biafra. They issued a press release, that is the talk of the town in Owerri. The Imo State government issued a press release, which we shall read for you later, accusing Radio Biafra of PDP sponsorship. A few days ago, a very prominent politician, disguising her voice, called Radio Biafra and said that APC is sponsoring us. How much did they give us? APC is saying PDP is funding us. PDP is saying APC is funding us. They are confused and in big trouble. This very morning we read to you verbatim the press release from Okorocha regarding the work that Chukwu Abiama asked us to come and do. When I said we are formidable, that is exactly what we are. Exceptionally formidable. If you know Rochas Okorocha or you're close to him, tell that Malam that brought Islam to the land of God. Tell Okorocha that our people will not vote. Some of you have gone to the banks to go and borrow money to contest. Some of you have even sold your children, sold your organs, so you can afford money to contest and run for office. That is your business. We will not vote, because if we do not vote, Biafra will come very, very close. If we go to vote, it's a reaffirmation that we want to continue our existence in the iniquitous and the damnable zoological republic of Nigeria, full of monkeys and baboons. That game reserve, where dog will always eat dog. This very morning, we let the whole world know that lies can endure for a few hours, a few days, but in the end, once the light of truth shines upon it, it disappears. PDP, Jonathan cannot accuse us of sponsorship from APC. Buhari cannot accuse us of sponsorship from PDP. It's either one of them is right or both of them is wrong. And we know that both are wrong, because here we preach the truth. We are not going to vote. They are now feeling the heat. And I thank our people on the ground, in Imo State, for the marvelous work they are doing. And I thank Owerri people for making sure that their station is on 24/7. Owerri is buzzing. Akurigo Imo State, they are down. Aba is also coming up. Enugu is also trying. I cannot say the same thing for the other substations we have. But I know that in these places, things are happening. Imo State is down. Akurieli. They are in panic. They know we are not going to vote. So that in the end, they will understand how formidable we are. When you look at us, not very strong, is it? But we dislodge every obstacle on the way. Understand what it means? You know the water once it's coming. You can channel it, you can hold it, you can move it about, but in the end, it carries everything in its path. That is the work that Radio Biafra IPOB is doing all over the world. We are not Masob, I must tell you this. We are the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. We started all over the world and we are converging in one place, concentrating our firepower in our land, Biafra. We are in every, can I say every country? Of course I can, can't I? In over 88 countries of the world and counting, including South Korea, including Chile. We are in Brazil. We are in Venezuela. Do you know we are in Ecuador? We are in Trinidad and Tobago. We are in Mexico, in USA, in Canada. We are everywhere. We are bringing all that intellect, all that financial muscle, bringing everything to concentrate in our restoration effort. And that is why I am absolutely certain that Biafra will come. I have no doubt. Some of you have doubt. I don't. Ana Guanere. Our step is ordained. Every step we make is designed to deliver a blow to that entity of darkness, the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Everything we do, I say, is designed to advance the cause of Biafra. So also is bringing the barrister in at this point, going to advance our cause, because I know he will, as always, acknowledge the wonderful people of Biafra all over this very planet Earth. Every continent, in every country, they are in every city, in every town. They are on CHK 97.6 Biafra FM. They are on satellite at this moment across Africa, Southern Europe, and Middle East. They are also online across the length and breadth of this very earth, of which Biafra is the epicenter, 0 latitude, 0 longitude, the center, the beginning, the birthplace of Chukwu Abiyama himself on this very earth. This is Radio Biafra. Barrister, you may come in if you wish.
Good morning, Director.
Good morning.
Good morning, fellow Biafrans. We always greet you. That's the first thing we do, to greet our people, to thank you for your listenership, and to ensuring that we are traveling this route with you. Biafra is the route which takes us into the promised land. All of us are in unison that Biafra has to be restored. Most of you, when you call, you say Biafra has to be acquired or Biafra has to be accented. The words you must use is Biafra has to be restored. That is our peace here. Wherever you are, east, west, north, or south, our greetings to all of you, those who are still waking up, those who are awake already. We thank you for your listenership. Director, I stand by for the news.
Thank you very much, Barrister. Thank you very, very much. We are proceeding this morning, as always, to bring you our news headlines and accompanying news summary. We are live, we are direct, and we are doing all we can to ensure the restoration of God's kingdom on this very earth. And without further hesitation, I will remind you that please do not call Radio Biafra now, because we are presenting our news headlines and accompanying news summary. After that, in fact, immediately after the barrister must have finished speaking, bringing us his analysis, you will then be at liberty to call Radio Biafra. And when you do so, please Remember that the number to or numbers to call is +44 208 133 9976. I repeat, +44 208 133 9976. We also have our main studio line, which is +44 78 313 08 376 +44 78 3130 8376. If you are an APC supporter in Owerri and you think that Radio Biafra is sponsored by PDP, you pick up the phone and call us, so we can educate you and enlighten you, so that you can make the allegation that the world may hear it and we respond to you. There were a bunch of idiots that claimed they were freedom fighters, and we shut them down to show them how formidable we are. They are in APC. For those who don't understand, we stopped APC in Anambra, and Ikurie and Anambra, we stopped them in Anambra because they were bringing Islam into our land. APC represents Boko Haram Islam. They represent Sharia. We cannot have them in Biafra land. The first battleground was Anambra. Radio Biafra made sure that Anambra people did not vote for APC. Do you understand that? APC can never come into our territory. Neither will PDP anymore from now onwards, because we are only interested in Biafra. Therefore, both of you are wrong. We will start with our news headlines, having given you the numbers. We are on Skype, simply Radio Biafra. If you want to add us, we are also on Viber. We are on WhatsApp. Most of you are on WhatsApp with us, and every time we keep interacting. The number for our WhatsApp remains +44 78 313 08 376. And we hate zoo politicians. I hate Nigeria more than I hate Satan, Lucifer, because the zoo is worse than Satan. I believe that Ekwensu sometimes even has a little bit of conscience. The zoo called Nigeria has no conscience. No conscience whatsoever. Inability to reason. Wild donkeys and wild animals trying to mix with the children of light. Our surnames sometimes are Anyanwu, son. Anyanwu, Ihe. Somebody told us that it means Ihe, light. And we are mixing with people from Onibombo. Heaven forbid bad thing. People from Kotangora, does that have any meaning? We come from the light itself. Ihe. Umuchuku. The children of the kingdom of heaven. Names that have endured for thousands of years before the white man came and said, you are now Nigerians and you think we are foolish. Do you know what Radio Biafra is? Radio Biafra is sanctified. If you don't understand, let me tell you. Uchemefa has come to us. My deputy is with us, and he will speak very shortly. Radio Biafra is a global monster of an institution. Nigerian politicians, the zoo itself is beneath Radio Biafra. Nigeria is beneath Radio Biafra and cannot compete. Do you know why? Because we are incorruptible. We don't know corruption. And can never, any day we contemplate it, we cannot do it. We cannot go to the zoo government. We cannot compromise this effort. We cannot retreat. We cannot surrender. We will remain whiter than white and whiter than snow. Do you understand what that means? Whiter than white and whiter than snow. Enemies will try to confuse you, the gullible ones. But those that understand the essence of radio, the zoo, Nigeria itself, is not up to Radio Biafra. They are beneath. They are beneath Radio Biafra. This is a global monstrosity of an institution. Obama listens to Radio Biafra. Do you know that? There are professors in Argentina. They don't speak English. Do you know they have to get interpreters so they can listen to Radio Biafra? Do you understand that? And you want to compare Radio Biafra to the zoo politics, you must be mad. Do you think everybody is hungry? We are not hungry and can never be hungry. Do we beg you for anything? Can any politician in the zoo, PDP, APC, stand up and say that they know Radio Biafra? Are you drunk, Engromanya? Are you insane? This is the temple of the Most High God, Chukwu Abiyama. Do you understand that? I'm sure Uche does. And is with us. Can you hear me? Uche Mefo is with us. Please go ahead. Humanity is listening.
Clear. Loud and clear.
Go ahead.
Good morning, Director. Good morning to all men and women of goodwill, all lovers of freedom and justice, and indeed all genuine indigenous citizens of Biafra scattered around the world, and indeed in different parts of the zoo called Nigeria, and particularly in Biafra land. We have come with clean hands because we are here to tell the truth. This platform represents freedom, it represents collective emancipation of the people who are fighting for their freedom. And we are sent by God Almighty Himself. Because in the history of our people, for the quest for the emancipation of their own fatherland, there has nothing been done in the scale and magnitude we are doing it today. The enemies have come and they have gathered, they have scattered themselves, they have fought against themselves, and Radio Biafra is still going on. Indigenous people of Biafra are still marching, and we shall continue to do so until Biafra is restored. Is it surprising to you, people of Biafra, that the vultures are now eating themselves? The Nigerian establishment have turned against themselves. They are now saying that it is PDP sponsoring Radio Biafra and it is APC sponsoring Radio Biafra. Which one are you going to believe? One thing is clear here, that what goes up must come down. Nigeria has murdered slaves. Nigeria is being built on the blood of innocent Biafrans, massacred in cold blood, and nobody's talking about it. What goes up must come down, and nature abhors vacuum. If you kill, you must pay a price for it. Nigeria is full of blood, and most of that blood flowing in Nigeria are the blood of millions of innocent men, women, and children of Biafra. And their souls are crying for vengeance. There is no going back on our quest for the restoration of Biafra. With the message we are sending to the Nigerian government under the leadership of Goodluck Jonathan is to forget about his presidency in the zoo called Nigeria. We are also reaching out to our brothers and cousins in the so-called Niger Delta. We are your brothers, we are your cousins, we are everything you can think of in terms of expansion, in terms of progressing ourselves collectively as a people, united under one God. They came, they told us that we are not one. You bought it. They divided us among states and clans, and we accepted it. Today we are south-south and southeast. And then when we are referring to ourselves, we say our people in south-south, and the other way around, there are people in southeast. But we are one and the same people. We haven't done in Igbo State. We have it in River State. We have it in part of Delta State. But these are the same one people. They speak the same language. They come from the same lineage. The same is all over Biafra land. What we are telling our people in the so-called Niger Delta, they carved out. in order to divide us. It's to prevail on President Goodluck Jonathan to divide the zoo called Nigeria. Let him come to Biafra and we'll vote for him. He will continue to be the president of Biafra. What we are saying here is that election will not hold in Biafra land. And this message should go to all Biafrans. If you are still arrogant enough to stay in different parts of the zoo, we urge you not to vote at all. Do not vote anywhere you find yourself in the zoo called Nigeria, because Nigeria is an abomination. As you can see, Nigeria corrupts anything that it comes in contact with. And that is why politicians and unfortunately the unscrupulous elements in Biafra land have taken money and now they are fighting for who will outwit himself or herself over accusing Radio Biafra of sponsorship of APC or PDP. The truth is clear. The truth is there. Everybody is seeing it. We are indigenous people of Biafra, and Radio Biafra is being sponsored by the indigenous people of Biafra. We have everything it takes to overrun the world and to overrun the so-called abominable edifice called Nigeria, put together by the British government. The journey has just begun and there is no going back. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Cheme, for that. And on that very resoundingly assuring note, we proceed very cautiously to our news headlines, which will be followed by the summary and then, of course, the analysis that is sure to follow. We are live this morning, we are direct, and humanity is listening. That is the problem that the enemies of Biafra have. They know we are formidable. They understand that we can never ever be dislodged. They appreciate the fact that we are tenacious. They respect the golden rule of our incorruptibility. They know they cannot corrupt us, so they sit back and they hurl allegations and talk so much rubbish, which doesn't stand the test of time. Some of these idiots and their children, they started with, oh, show us your account. Now, account is no longer an issue. It became a transmitter. No longer an issue. It became, you don't have any men on the ground. That is no longer in vogue. The new thing now is that we went to buy arms and the deal collapsed. When I'm in London, they say you are in London broadcasting. When I'm at home, they say, oh, you're not at home. Nonsense. Then he snored. I'm in London. Why don't you go home? I go home. Why are you not in London? I mean, does that make any sense to anybody? You know, sometimes people want to become famous and popular. They talk about Radio Biafra. They talk about IPOB to gain relevance. People talk about what the children of heaven is doing every day in order for them to be relevant. We are all over the world. I hope they understand that. We are there, including South Pole. There is no place you go to and you don't have people this very second and minute listening to Radio Biafra with dedication and commitment, zeal, consciousness, wisdom, because we bring light where once there was darkness. This is Radio Biafra. This news broke late yesterday when it was circulated by those of them thinking they are doing anything, although I can't understand them. It's on Radio Biafra, on radiobiafra.co, our website. You can go and read this news there, on radiobiafra.co. Imo State Government House over a press release saying the purported Radio Biafra is PDP radio. Okorocha is saying that Radio Biafra is PDP radio. PDP, a very prominent lady the lady that called about 3-4 days ago, she's a very prominent person in Jonathan's administration. We managed to unmask who she is. She rang Radio Biafra, didn't want to give her name, and said to us, go look at APC Nyanunu. How much did you take from APC? Today APC saying, how much did PDP give to you? I told you that Radio Biafra is formidable. Even the enemies don't know where we are coming from. They don't understand it. They don't understand it. I don't expect them to. Chukwu Abiyama asked us to come. The sooner they realize it, the better. You see, some people think that because most of you are thieves, because of that everybody is a thief. That is not the case. There are people who are incorruptible. Incorruptible, I said. There is nothing that moves them. I have come to this earth to do one thing and one thing alone. Is to fight and get Biafra. I have not come to this world to be a millionaire, to own hotel, to own oil block, to be close to the president of Nigeria. That's not my job. My job is, what have you done to restore Biafra? When I die and meet Chukwu Abiyama, that's what they will ask me. Did you get Biafra? Not how many cars you had, how many hotels you built in Owerri, how many convoys you can travel with. Irrelevant. What did you accomplish? I'm sure Wazirika will tell them he built hotel for Biafrans. Is that hotel free? Can MASOP members go to Wazirika's hotel and stay there for free? The answer is no. You have to pay. I feel sorry for our people. But at least you should be grateful you have Radio Biafra. We don't work for anybody, can never. We work for heaven. Not man. Did I tell you we have come here to serve men of this world that will let you down and disappoint you? We have come to serve heaven. This is Radio Biafra. INEC poorly prepared for elections according to PDP governors. INEC is not prepared. PVC is everywhere. Displaced people, refugees everywhere. Some are in Niger, some are in Cameroon, some of them are in Chad. There are foreign troops on the soil of the Zoological Republic. How can you conduct elections under such circumstances? I ask them. How can you have the presence of foreign armies in your territory fighting a very vicious battle at the same time you're claiming you want to hold elections? How is that possible, I ask? How is that possible, I ask? But if they go to elections, Jonathan will lose anyway. He will rig the election and then they will kill him. And the world will say, yes, he rigged the election. America will not defend him because Obama is essentially, a Muslim fanatic. Who will save Jonathan? And then people will say, we are South to Nigeria. The board will tell you, no. Unless you answer Biafra. I hope they are all listening. I respect the views of Asari Dokubo. Of course I do. Very much so. And I don't know about the other ones. They are inconsistent. 1 minute they say one thing, the next minute I don't like that. Asari Dokubo say makes sense. Says he was the only person that started from the beginning. That's why I respect him. He went back to the beginning to open his mouth to say, actually we are all Igbos anyway. For discovering the truth. He said it. If you answer Biafra, you get everything you want. People think that Chukwu Abiyama is not God or he's crazy. He doesn't know what he's doing. If Igbos, since people started to say Igbo this, Igbo that, Igbos get together. Have they gotten together? And the answer is no. Never is impossible. You can never succeed. Before the meeting finishes, Judas Iscariot and Malite in Jemezubo. They will call Abuja. Every Igbo meeting in the world is in crisis. It is in their nature. Self-destruction is in their nature. Okorocha will go and bring in Islam into Biafra land. People will keep quiet. The same Igbo people will support somebody bringing Islam to them. They don't want to advise Rochas Okorocha that what Okorocha is doing now God was against it many years ago. Hausa tried to come into our area with Islam. Their armies were destroyed in Benue. Rocha Sokoto and advance and Okonya Hausa Kobo. They won't tell him. They will not tell him. What Rocha Sokoto succeeded in doing, Hausa Fulani sent an army from Zaria many, many centuries ago. That army came to Lower Benue and was destroyed. Says a fly, Chukwu Abiama sent insects to bite them. We did not send any army to confront them. Chukwu Abiama fought the battle for us, and that army, those that survived, went back to Zaria. From there, they went back to Timbuktu. The Moors, they came to conquer you. They went to Yoruba land and they succeeded. They went to Dahomey, they succeeded in Benin Republic. They went to Togo, they were successful. They went to Ghana, they moved Islam to the coast. In Senegal, in Ivory Coast, every coastal region in West Africa, they made it to the Atlantic, only in Biafra land. I want Niger Delta South to understand this. Niger Delta South. Are you following what I'm telling you? The reason why you are not Muslims today is because you are Biafrans. There is no word Niger Delta in any map that is older than 20 years old. In fact, Niger Delta is older than 10 years. It's younger than 10 years. Before they called them Bendel. Have you forgotten? Bendel. Then it became Bendel Igbo. It became South. Then Niger Delta. What is your name, I ask? You see, you keep running from Biafra, you keep speculating. I can understand what Isaac Adakaboro fought for. I understand it, what he fought for. But he joined the wrong enemies. And I keep forgetting, who killed Isaac Adakaboro? The same Hausa people, the same Nigerian military. Is that correct or not? Isaac Adakaboro, who killed him? The same Hausa Fulani. Who killed Ken Sarawiwa? The same Hausa Fulani. Not an Igbo man, you know. If you answer Niger Delta, you will be overrun. Nobody will come to your rescue. If you answer Biafra, the banner of heaven will come down and nobody can get to you. The world has moved on. We can defeat this very army. The Zoo army, the Nigerian army is not strong. We can, believe you me, we can crush them. As Uchemefo said, if Jonathan wants to be the president of a decent country, he should come to Enugu, we'll make him the president. I've said it before. We're not doing this so we can say, I will not serve in any office once. As soon as Biafra comes, I will dance in the public very, very well. After dancing, I'll go home and I'll rest. If Chukwu Abiyama wants to take my life, then he's more than welcome to do so. We are not doing what we are doing so that we can go and become leaders. You must be mad. I will not serve in any capacity. I will not undertake any work for Biafra. Once Biafra comes, my job is done. You people should go and run your country. After all, you have intelligent men and women all over the world. Bring them to come and run your country for you. If Jonathan wants to be the president of a country, we will make him the president of Biafra. If he goes out, he will have respect. And we will teach him and the wife how to speak properly in public. Because right now they don't. That is a fact, because, you know, Biafra will have taste. We don't want people going out and disgracing us. You must have class and decency. Have some, I don't know, you must have a presence about you. So that when they see you, they say this is indeed the president or the head of state of Biafra land. You know, not to go and bring an idiot after doing buying and selling for a few years, like Peter Obi. They was selling baked beans for Heinz. Somebody selling baked beans. Is Obama a trader? I'm asking you. Is David Cameron into business? People don't understand who they vote into power. Oh, the baked beans. He is into buying and selling. What do you think he will do? He will sell you out. Today, Peter Obi owns shares with Jonathan and Emeka Anyoko in the Orient Oil in Aguleri. That's why he went into power, to make money. They said he was a billionaire before he came in. If you were a billionaire, how come you did not build breweries before you came? If you're a billionaire, how come you didn't have your own oil company or oil well until you became governor? People don't reason, do they? And when we say, they say, oh, you're insulting people. Because you are worthy of insult. You don't reason properly. This is Radio Biafra. We are still on our headlines, mind you. They are all poorly prepared because they have stolen all the money. INEC cannot conduct elections. They conduct it, there will be disaster. Most of you will die anyway. I'm sure you have bought your coffins. The only thing that is viable in Igbo land is Apatiosu coffin everywhere. If you're traveling to after Achingali, on the right, on the left, in Imbise land, Apatiosu, you keep seeing coffin being built for burial. Hana and steady. The only people to display and advertise that at Yosun on the roadside. People are not ashamed of themselves. The only thing you can do is to wish people to die. I said in Mbise people all over the world keeping quiet. And they rap at Yosun also. From Achingali all the way to Enugu. If you're traveling to Okigwe from Owerri, my goodness me. I think it is after Angana. On the right, die and you see grace of heaven home. Travel in peace home is all there. Mortuaries everywhere. What does that tell you about your people? You're traveling from Owerri once again to Aba. In fact, to Igwocha. Igwocha is Port Harcourt for those who don't know. If you're traveling from Owerri to Igwocha, Opopo is Igwenga, if you don't know. They all had Igbo names before the white man came. And Harcourt, for your information, was the Secretary of State when Lugard was the governor of the zoo. Lugard named it Port Harcourt so he can please the Secretary of State, so that they can keep promoting him. Because Harcourt also fancied Flora Shaw. And I will tell you what you don't know about the zoo. Today we are Port Harcourt. Where this man comes from, Mr. Harcourt, where he comes from in England, are they answering Wale? Port Wale. Wale is from Ukureland. This is England. Do we have Port Wale in England? But in our land, we have Port Harcourt answering an Englishman's name. Do we have Wale, Port here in England? The answer is no. That is how I know black people are stupid, honestly speaking. In Japan, do you have Port Williamson? In Japan? Are they stupid? That is how you know. In China, do you have Port Robertson? The answer is no. I remember when they took over Hong Kong, the Chinese government said an era of humiliation has come. They were crying and saying that the British insulted us by staying in our territory for 99 years. Do you understand that? You have Port Harcourt. Is there Port Wale in England, I ask you? Wale is from Igwocha. In his father's compound, he is answering a white man's name, Port Harcourt. And we have come to where this Harcourt comes from, which is England. In England, do you have Port Wale? They are called Niger Delta. Isn't it funny? You come from Kalabari, you travel through some territories of Abia State. Then you cross it, it is not Niger Delta. You cross over to the other side and it is Niger Delta. Madness. Lunacy and madness. If they think we are going to condone such rubbish on Radio Biafra, they are dreaming. There is nothing like Niger Delta or South. What you have is Biafra. If they like, you can be answering Niger Delta, but nothing you ask for will be given to you. Try it now and see. Try and see if it will work. In the same vein, Igbo can be shouting Igbo. Nothing will happen. BBO the same thing, everybody. Until you come together as one family. The same way you have the tribes of Israel. You must work together. Remember that Israel fell when they divided into two. The northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. The northern kingdom was called Israel. The southern one was called Judea. What happened? They were overrun. When they were one Israel, nobody came. I don't know if you read the Bible at all. When they were one Israel, nobody attacked, nobody defeated them. As soon as the end of Israel started when the kingdom was divided, along the north was Israel, the south was Judea. Is that correct or not? And then Nebuchadnezzar came, sacked them in such a way that they took them into captivity for over 2,000 years. Is that correct or not? Is that correct or not? The same way that people going with this Niger Delta South, you are dividing the kingdom of God into two. You are dividing the kingdom of heaven. Yoruba is doing the work of Satan. Yoruba called you Niger Delta, you answered. Bendel, you answered. Bendel Igbo, you answered. They are the agents of Lucifer. If you divide the kingdom of heaven into two, you can never have peace. You can never have progress. You can never be independent. It's impossible. Until we come together as one indivisible unit, as Chukwu Abịama intended it. Or else you're wasting your time. They will keep taking your oil. They'll keep taking our oil to develop, to go and build a Kwankwansiya city that nobody lives in. I do apologize for digressing. This is Radio Biafra, we often do. So that we can drive home the point that we're making. It is not deliberate. Stakeholders raise issues with card reader as well. They tried it somewhere in Imo State, in Uguta. INEC failed again in Uguta. Everywhere you test INEC, they fail. Why is INEC failing? As a black monkey, can you ask yourself that question? Why is INEC failing? They are failing because an Hausa man is in charge. They are naturally incompetent and corrupt. That was why Fulani defeated Hausa people. They asked Otman Danfodio, why do you want to fight? He said they are corrupt. That is why Fulani today is ruling Hausa. And Hausa will forever be subservient. You may be shocked to know, I don't even think that an Hausa man has ever been in charge of the zoo before. It's all Fulani men. And Gwari. Babangida is Gwari, not even original Hausa. In case you don't know. We have to tell you. Boko Haram, these same people from Mali, from Timbuktu, they have struck again. They have killed 22 people in Maiduguri. People are dying every blessed day. They have brought hell to this very earth. Amazing stuff, and you are in the zoological republic. So if Boko Haram was doing what they're doing somewhere in Okigwe, will you be happy? Will you go out to vote? If Boko Haram say they are not in Maiduguri and they are in nowhere, will you go out to vote? Will you be supporting a Okorocha that is an Islamist APC man? How people can forget what Buhari said is beyond me. Buhari started by killing, how many youth coppers did they slaughter? That was the beginning. He said, I will make this country ungovernable. The same people you're jumping about like, okay, you know what, trying to support APC is our man. Did Buhari say it or not? Therefore, if you are supporting somebody that unleashed terror and mayhem on innocent people, you are also an accomplice. Assuming some of you understand what the word accomplice means. Aiding and abetting terrorism, all of you in APC. Aiding and abetting terrorism. Buhari, nobody forced him. I judge people by what they say. Buhari opened his mouth and said, if I lose this election, I will make the country ungovernable. He was not arrested. He was not cautioned. He was not charged. Have you forgotten the same Buhari said? An attack on Boko Haram is an attack on the north. Have you forgotten? He did not say an attack on the east. You are in Owerri campaigning for Buhari. Buhari said it's an attack on the north. The same Owerri today, the people are jumping about voting APC. Do you know Buhari came to Owerri as a conqueror? Do you know Buhari landed in Owerri to kill us in Owerri? Do you know that? As a Nigerian army, do you know that Buhari came to Owerri to kill us? Maybe after this morning's broadcast, some of you, I want you to take your Bible, go to the nearest church and ask Chukwu Abịama for forgiveness. Or else we will lay curse upon you. Go to the nearest church. Opening your mouth to mention Buhari in the land of God. Go and do your research. Did Buhari say, I will make this country ungovernable or not? Did Buhari not say that an attack on Boko Haram is an attack on the north? Is Buhari the chief sponsor of Boko Haram or not? Why are you then campaigning for him? Why? That is why we say you should not vote. We are not campaigning for anybody. Jonathan is incompetent. A bumbling buffoon of incompetency. We are asking you to stay at home and do not vote. Maybe they will say CIA is sponsoring us. Mad people. Boko Haram child captives forgotten. They are holding little children. Evil is happening in the zoo every day. Politicians are now selling their family inheritance to fund. They are selling land and property to fund their campaign. That is why they want you to go and vote, so they can get their money back. Ask somebody, you're running for office everywhere in the world, including America, in Europe. If you are a politician, you raise funds. You say to your friends and your family, can you give me money? I am running. So those that support your policies will fund you. That's what Radio Biafra does. If you support Radio Biafra, if you like what we are doing, we use it judiciously. You don't go and sell your family land in order for you to fund your campaign. George Bush Jr., even George Bush Sr., they are multi-billionaires. But do you know they still set up funds for campaign? You're not allowed to use your family money to run your campaign. You must go out and convince. That is how they know if you have convinced enough people to be able to run. But in the zoo, if you don't have anything to sell, you sell your child. You sell the organs of your child because you want to contest. And then after that, people are expecting water and electricity. You must be mad. The man has sold the kidney of the child, the liver, in order to be able to run for office. After killing the child to run for election, you want him to come and look after your own children. You must be mad. They will not do it. Now you understand why they can never. The news is here. They are selling not radio. We did not write it. They are reporting in the zoo that politicians are selling their children in order to be able to fund their campaign. And then after that, you want him to sell his child to come and bribe you, buy you rice and fertilizer to vote for him. Then after that, his own child is dead. He'll come and then look after your own child. You are mad. That is why we want you to stay at home and not to go out to vote. And they are also tweeting. They are asking the questions, why are TV stations burning? Why are APC burning down TV stations everywhere? When we say this news, people think, oh, it is, are they? So we don't support any. Stay at home, do not vote. We don't want you to go out to vote. If you do not vote, Biafra will come. If you don't, there are two people running, essentially, Jonathan and Buhari, and both of them are bad. There are two parties, APC and PDP. Both are awful. Terrible, terrible idiots are in them. Terrible fools are in them. Vote for them and you die. Look at Abba today, isn't it? Abba is under PDP. You can imagine. Is that how I want my village to look like? God forbid. The funniest thing is that they won't even let Abba people clean up Abba. That is how evil they are. If you come to clean the streets in Abba, they will arrest you. If you like, go and try. Bring out your shovel, go to anywhere. Go and say, we want to clean. You will see what will happen to you. You'll be arrested for cleaning your street. It's a country with sanitation, you know. And every last Saturday of the month, they do sanitation. That is to tell you how wretched and useless people are. Wretched and useless. When you call them monkeys, they start complaining. You have clean up every Saturday. Is it last Saturday of the month? But go to Abba. The more they clean up, the more the rubbish pile up. Can't that tell you that there's something wrong with you and your brain? Anyway, most of them are busy gossiping. Cash crunch hits the National Assembly. National Assembly is in one almighty mess. There is a cash crunch there. They don't have money to spend anymore. No money to fuel their private jets. And now they are worrying. They are complaining. IMF is not dictating economic policies. According to the zoo government, this was a case. I said people listen to Radio Biafra, everybody does. We ran a report here a few days ago saying that IMF is dictating policies for the zoo, and they have responded to say they are not that IMF is not dictating for them. I have never seen anywhere that IMF went in and they came out alive after a while. Once IMF comes in, you people are finished. Works Minister laments non-release of 230 billion allocation. As I told you, no second Naija bridge because the money was contained in this 230 billion allocation to Works Ministry. The money is no longer coming. They will not give them the money anymore because of that. Kiss goodbye to second Naija bridge. There is no second Naija bridge. And Jonathan, your own brother, is in charge. People are saying, but we want Jonathan to be there. What has he done for you? An Awasa man built, which is quite strange. No, Fulani man. Quite strange, isn't it? A Fulani man built the road from Enugu to Port Harcourt, you know. Fulani. And a Biafran cannot maintain it. A Biafran cannot maintain the road. What has Jonathan done for you? I ask. What has Jonathan done for you? Is it Enugu? There's international, which our sister fought very long and hard for. I thought she would have come out to speak against Jonathan when she left office. I don't know, they agreed that she should go and then run for Senate. Stella Odua fought very hard to try and make Enugu an international airport. Awasa disagreed. Awasa said no. If Ethiopia Airlines want to fly from Enugu, they must also fly from Kanu. And what they wanted to do was to make Enugu a local airport. Therefore, if you're flying Ethiopia, the only airline that comes there anyway, if you're flying Ethiopia now, they will first of all land in Kanu, which makes Enugu a local airport. Do you follow our drift? What has Jonathan done for you? You want to vote Jonathan? I agree. What has he done for you? No, he's our man. Is David Cameron your man? Is David Cameron from your village? But all of you are queuing to get visa to come to Britain or to go to America. Is Obama from your village? This is something that the brain of black people in Africa cannot absorb. There is this crude sentimentality about Africans. Somebody from my village mentality. That is why they are poor. Despite the presence of overwhelming evidence that the way they reason is bad, they keep reasoning that way. It doesn't matter to them. I will ask you again. Some of you are looking for visa to Germany. Is Angela Merkel from your village? No, some people are posing the argument or positing the argument. My grammar has to be correct. They are positing the argument. The reasons they are giving is that Radio Biafra IPOB should not call for the boycott of the elections. Why? Because we want our man to be there. And I'm asking you, you are begging for visa. You have gone for visa 10 times already, they have said no. You have changed your passport and your name 15 times, they have said no. The place you're going to, is the president or prime minister from your village? You are going there because of the policies they run, not because they are from your village. Can you understand what I'm saying? I don't think some of you can, but we continue. You know, that's the thing about the brain of black people. Amazing stuff. Amazing. Buhari said, I will make the zoo ungovernable. Yet you are campaigning for him in Imo State. Huh? Your own people are being killed by Awasa Alamajiri, sponsored by Buhari. You're campaigning for Buhari as well. Amazing. They said that this is pure tittle-tattle, but Igbo interest to be sold. I'm not surprised. And they said Abga will now vote for is it APC or is it PDP? I have no idea. Repatriation of dollar proceeds. CBN to sanction herring exporters. They are looking for dollar, the greenback. That is where everybody now relies on. In a foreign currency, not in Naira, because Naira is worthless. The BBOG group wants prosecution of parents who sell their children. Are you listening? Nigerians, monkeys and baboons, your parents sell their children. Are you a Nigerian? It is here now. Your parents sell their children, don't they? They sell their children, it is here now. Child sellers to fund the election. It is here being reported, not Radio Biafra. Leadership newspaper is reporting it, not us, please. Not Radio Biafra, please. I beg of you. Don't accuse us. It is not us. Our lines are not yet open. People are calling us. We are not open yet. Very shortly we will. And until we do so, please refrain from calling us. Do not call Radio Biafra, I plead with you. Because it will be a waste of time and effort. Once our lines open, we shall inform you. Very, very important. We must continue. Stop selling your children, Nigerian parents told. Don't say, some of you now saying, oh, we want to vote. Had it been that this was happening a few years back, you would have been sold by your father. They will cut you open and then sell your organs to fund the election. Mad people. Do you see why you should not vote? If you vote now, maybe when it comes to your turn in 4 years' time, you will sell your children also to go and contest. Because you people, you copy evil so easily. because you're black. You copy evil so easily. You are selling your children. This is being reported by newspapers, our WhatsApp papers, in fact. Not even us. Because here we blog the news before you say we fabricated something. That's why we blog it. For your information. Jonathan Sachs, Obasanjo's man, Agwai. There's a man called Agwai. All of them, all geriatrics. 70-something, 80-something years old. Old people who cannot reason properly. Daft, stupid idiots. Okay, Sona Banyenaji. Now the news in greater detail. That concludes our headline presentation this morning. Now the news in greater detail. Imo State Government House press release. They did a press release for us. They want to convince you that that PDP, Jonathan, is sponsoring Radio Biafra. You know, that's what they do because they cannot argue like men. They cannot debate like men. So they dabble into gossip. When I say that Igbo men gossip a lot, this is the reason why. Because you cannot handle the heat from Radio Biafra. That is why you go on to say that what's the name is sponsoring us. That PDP is sponsoring Radio Biafra. How is that conceivable? How is that possible? How can you say such a thing? Where did you get it from? Onyegwarage, who told you? Our message appears to be hitting home. I'm getting this very news from Radio Biafra website because Okorocha did the press release yesterday. Last night they did it. Imo State Government press release. If we can get our systems to function as it should this very morning, we will be able to continue. Imo State Government House Owerri press release regarding the purported Radio Biafra is PDP radio. It has become necessary to draw the attention of the Igbos and indeed Nigerians of goodwill, as if there are Nigerians that have goodwill. These are apes and monkeys and baboons. It is necessary to draw the attention of the Igbos and indeed Nigerians of goodwill to the existence of an FM radio station claiming to be Radio Biafra that has been on air for some time now. The radio station claims to be operating from London. Claims, in other words, we are lying. Liars. They think everybody's like them. We are in London now. Very soon we'll be in Biafra land, of course. I only came to London to buy equipment, for your information. When I was broadcasting from Owerri, didn't Okorocha hear me? I was broadcasting in Owerri a few weeks ago. Did you not hear me in Owerri? It's only now that I'm in London that yapping rubbish. When I'm in Biafra land, what would they say? Mad people. We continue. The radio station claims to be operating from London and has been carrying out serious campaign of calumny and blackmail against the APC and its leaders. In fact, all the talks or discussion on the radio have been against the Igbos in APC. The truth is that the radio station is the creation of the PDP. The party invented the station to assist them in their hate campaign against APC and its leaders. A typical and genuine Biafra radio, where necessary, should be devoting its airtime to the things that would be of great interest to the Igbos. This is Radio Biafra, it's not an Igbo radio. I don't know what is wrong. Are you telling me that Bayelsa is not Biafra? Are you telling me that Delta is not Biafra? I mean by Ishekiri, Urobo, Isoko and all the rest of them. Are you now telling me that Ibibio, our closest cousin, that they are no longer part of Biafra? They think this is the problem. It was Rike started this nonsense to give the impression that Biafra is for Igbo people alone. Who told you that? Without an Ijaw man, will you know the word Biafra today? Without an Ijaw man, will you know the word Biafra? This is what our people does that drive me sick, makes me insane. Biafra is not Igbo. Igbo is a language. Biafra is a nation of people. You must understand that. I hate to debate with people who are ill-educated. When I tell them they're not educated, they say, you are being arrogant. You are not learned. You people don't speak like those that went to school. Biafra is 5,000 years old. Do you understand that? Do you understand? Simple English. Biafra is 5,000 years old. Igbo. Who told you Biafra is Igbo? Who told you that, I ask you? Do you know the meaning of the word Ibibio? Or Akwa Ibom, for that matter? Do you know the meaning of Akwa Ibom? Do you know the meaning of the word Ibibio, I ask you? No, you don't. No, you don't, do you? Then you continue to talk all manner of rubbish, all manner of nonsense, things you don't know about. Mad people. Biafra, we should be concerning ourselves with things. What is it about Igbo that is good? Is it Ohanes and the ocean and the Aran and the Atoro? What is it about Igbo that is good? Is it World Igbo Congress in America? The ocean, by helping politicians to deplete their state coffers to go and buy houses in America. Tell me which Igbo group that is sensible. Name one. Every band, every chanda, money, hage, mechi. Insane people. I will continue. Put the Biafra radio under reference attacks and its leaders as if there are no Igbos in APC and as if there are no Northerners in PDP. As a matter of fact, I am continuing with what Okorocha's men are telling you in Owerri, because even this morning somebody wrote to me on WhatsApp and said, oh, the rumor now in Owerri is that PDP is a Radio Biafra is PDP. Do you know how foolish they are? Can you see how stupid Igbo people are? For somebody to write to me this morning telling me the rumor in Owerri is that Radio Biafra is PDP. Don't you have ears that you listen with? Which part of our broadcast here promotes PDP? Which part of it? Mad, insane people in this maybe. Lunatics, that is why you are poor. There is no running water where you are. There is no electricity because you don't think properly like a human being. Ndiara. Mad people. Mad people. Hopeless fools. Let me continue to read the nonsense Okorocha is feeding you people. Mad lunatics. They are saying there are Northerners in PDP as well, that we broadcast in a manner that conveys the impression there are no Northerners in PDP. As a matter of fact, the radio station is a deceit packaged by the PDP in their strenuous efforts to... I need to... to escape the defeat that I was Radio Biafra. Hi, may I so rest in peace. Hi God. Equating Radio Biafra, in fact, mentioning Radio Biafra where you mention PDP is an insult. Radio Biafra is greater than the zoo called Nigeria. We operate at a firmament way above the reasoning and reckoning of black people. They struggle to understand what we're saying because they're apes and chimpanzees. Their brain is not that developed. To associate us with PDP is a monumental insult. Because PDP is populated with baboons and monkeys struggling to understand the message we are preaching. The message we preach here is for those who are enlightened. Those who can embrace the light when they see it. Children of the Most High, not for the children of darkness, because you cannot see the light, can you? You are in darkness. We continue. As a matter of fact, the radio station is a deceit packaged by the PDP in their strenuous efforts to escape the defeat that awaits them. The Igbos and, of course, Nigerians of goodwill should disregard the radio station. The radio station is owned by PDP. Otherwise, the PDP-led government would have made efforts to apprehend those behind it because it is unlawful. Oh, a radio station is unlawful. And these are Democrats, you know. Freedom of speech. You can say your mind. Now that you're saying this nonsense, have I apprehended you? Do you see why I say that black people from Africa are daft? They don't know the meaning of free speech, do they? But they have degrees from Nigerian universities. You go on strike for 3.5 years, you study for 6 months, you graduate. You can't write a proper sentence. Can you imagine somebody saying, if PDP were right, they would have how can you apprehend something you cannot see? Do you understand who you're dealing with? They're about to find out. They're about to find out. They are calling on PDP to apprehend, to arrest us. Hi, God. Hey, Roger, APC Buhari is calling on Jonathan to arrest those that operate Radio Biafra. Mad people. mad people. To call the station Biafra Radio instead of PDP Radio is the height of deceit. Our investigations also reveal that the radio station does not broadcast from London as claimed by those behind it, but within PDP. It is therefore advised to be civil in its desperation for power. This was sent out by somebody called Sam Onwemodo, who is the special senior assistant to the governor on media. God. They say, now you see why I insult black people. Okay, honestly speaking. This is what somebody who went to school wrote. We are PDP. Oh my God. We are PDP ready. PDP 3 days ago, through one of their henchwomen, said APC gave us money. Now running helter skelter, we'll burn the zoo down. Mad people. Arrest us now if you're strong, then you will understand what we're made up of. Idiots, you think we are Wazirike. You are mad. We have come to die for our country, and they are around, stupid people. Idiots. And we'll take you with us. So we'll continue the fight even wherever we meet you. We can come from heaven into hell to also fight you. And they are around because you are going to hell, stupid people. Deceiving poor, wretched masses. With fertilizer and bags of rice, with caps and useless t-shirts with tissue culture on it. Mad people. There is an electioneering campaign going on in the UK. Do you see anybody wearing a shirt with the head of David Cameron on it? Have you seen them wearing a headscarf with the head of Cameron on it? Stupid people. Black people make me sick. They are not intelligent. They are not intelligent beings. They look intelligent, they appear intelligent, they may wear suit and tie, but they are not intelligent people. If you want to be educated and enlightened, listen to Radio Biafra. By the time you listen to Radio Biafra, for 2 weeks, your brain will develop. You will understand. We continue. The PDP Governors Forum has kicked against the use of card readers for the March 28 and April 11 general elections. The governors at an interactive session with the media and civil society organizations in Lagos on Tuesday also faulted the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, preparedness for the election. They are afraid because they are riggers. They want to rig. They don't want anything that will be rig-proof in a meeting, in a chat with media men. Look at them. Look at their faces. Look at their faces, I say. Leki who had a mad men. Mad people. Insane human beings. Look at their faces. They don't want something that will be foolproof. They want an avenue to rig election. Only in the zoo. Stakeholders in Oguta local government area of Imo State has expressed reservation over the effectiveness of the smart card reader. SCR. It's not working because an Awasa man is in charge. How can it work? Incompetent, corrupt individuals from time immemorial. Go and ask Otman Danfodio. He will tell you. Fulani, why did you invade and conquer Awasa people? Awasa people are corrupt. They are incompetent. These are the words of Otman Danfodio. Fulani man. I think he's the great-grandfather of Ahmadu Bello. I think he's the great-grandfather of Ahmadu Bello. Is it the grandfather? I don't know. Awasa is corrupt. From a Fulani, only Fulani Awasa are corrupt. That's why we conquered them. And you're making an Awasa man, INEC chairman, and you want to get good results. You must be mad. Daft people in this UG. They spoke when INEC carried out tests on the use of the card reader in the area over there. They went to Guta to test the card reader. Did it work? The answer is no. The resident electoral commissioner for the state, Dr. Gabriel Adam, has led some INEC personnel to test the card reader in Oguta, saying the local government was chosen because of the irregularities that marred previous elections. That there has been rigging in Oguta. Yet Oguta people will go out to go and vote. The ones who voted before, they rigged it. INEC with their own mouth said there were irregularities in Uguta. That's why they want to test it in Uguta. What makes Uguta special? Because of Aton Zeribe. There's a thief there already. A resident thief on Yoshi in residence. He came and said he's a multi-billionaire. By the time he finished, Uguta people were crying. Mad people. We continue our work. Boko Haram militants disguised as horse riders attack Maiduguri, kill 20. Every day people are dying. 2 major attacks in the towns in Borno State by Boko Haram yesterday killed 20 people with dozens injured. An explosion which occurred a few meters from the scene of last weekend's second blast killed at least 12 people, while 21 were also injured. A female terrorist walked into a crowded area. The same thing they're going to do on election day. All of you saying you're going to vote. Somebody will dress up as a normal person, as Hajia, and walk into a line, a queue of people queuing to vote and blow herself up. That is why we are certain that some of you will die. Go out and vote and you will die. Some of you, some may be lucky, but some of you will die. Your families should prepare to buy your coffin, and if they can pick up your pieces, that is. Because some of you, nothing will be left of you. Nothing will be left of you. Mad people. A source also told the newspaper that other 10 victims of yesterday's blast are receiving treatment. Some youth vigilante who participated in the rescue operation said 3 more bodies were discovered after the first 8, bring the casualty to 12. They are dying. Every blessed day Boko Haram is in town. And who is their sponsor? Buhari. After reading all these things, innocent people dying, you go and vote for Buhari. You go and vote for APC in Diaramwana. Ask Okorocha, did Buhari say these words or not? I will make the country ungovernable. Those who don't understand English language don't know the meaning of ungovernability. It means I will set this place on fire. I will fund terrorism. Did he not do it? Of course he did. Where did they start? In a Catholic church in Madala full of Igbo people, Igbo worshippers. They blew all of you up. And then you have run back to Owerri. You want to vote for Okorocha, who is an emissary of Hausa land. An emissary of Hausa. He claims he loves Igbo people. Igbo people of goodwill. Why did he leave Abga then? If you love Okorocha, if you love Igbo people, why did he leave Abga? Is Abga not an Igbo party? Why did he leave Abga? The party that Chekwa Sokore suffered and registered. Why did you leave Abga? You love Igbo people in Dioshi. You love lies. Somebody came to you, lied to you. Oh, I love you. I am one of you. I'm Igbo. He took Abga and turned it into a Hausa party. The same way he's taking all of you today. Building mosques all over the place to turn you into devil worshippers. Stupid people. Go out and vote now. Then your eyes will clear. Mad people. About 80 children rescued from a Boko Haram camp in Cameroon cannot remember their own names or origins. How can they remember them? If you give birth to them in Sokoto, the answer Alhaji Sokoto. If you go to Kota, how do you think the answer? Mama is Kotangora. They were born on the streets. You give birth to somebody in a place called Balewa. They answer Balewa as their surname. You give birth to somebody in Kanu. The name is Kanu. Do they have father, these people? Are their women married? The answer is no. Anywhere you born the child, the child adopts the name of the place. Give birth to them in Bauchi, they answer Bauchi. Mama and Bauchi. Then if the mother cannot remember where they gave birth to you in or at, then your name will be Alhaji. You know there's somebody called Alhaji. Why is he answering? Because the mother could not remember the street where she gave birth to him. Look at them. They don't know their father's name. How can they have a name? These are the people you're in the same country with. Go out now, where in Aba, in Enugu, go to anywhere you are. Call a child and say, Mama Hago again, and they will tell you. This ones, they can't even remember that, and you're in the same country with them. They cannot remember their names because some of them never saw any father to begin with. And these are some of the idiots yapping and gossiping. This is exactly what happened to them. And the only thing left for them is to gossip. Nothing more, nothing less. All of you born by Hausa people of wayward Igbo women, were planning and supporting Okorocha. You people are bringing Islam into the land of God. You forgot that Chukwu Abiyama said no to Islam. Islam have come before, we said no to them. You people are bringing us Islam through APC. God will punish all of you and your families. Mad people. You want to desecrate the land of Chukwu Abiyama. Fools. Property agents and estate managers in Benin City, the Edo State capital, are currently experiencing boom in business as some politicians in the state have been offering their properties for sale and their children as well to fund their political campaign as the March 28, 2015 and April election draws closer. According to investigations, a drive around the government reservation area revealed that a lot of choice properties hitherto owned by some prominent politicians have been sold and new owners are busy reconstructing the building. What makes you a prominent politician in the zoo called Nigeria? You have to be a thief. Because if you don't steal money, you cannot be prominent. You will not have enough money to pay newspaper editors to publish your stories, which is the only way you can gain prominence. For you to be a prominent politician, you have to be a thief. Now they are selling their properties and even their children in order to fund the election. They sell their kids to fund the election, and then after the election, you want them to come to you. You want them to come to you and to look after your own children. You are mad. It will not happen. That is why you should not vote. It is being reported that arsonists also attacked NTA in Benin City as well. NTA in Benin City attacked by APC supporters. It was set ablaze after they ran also a story that was perceived to be against Oshimolowe, who is in APC. They also attempted to burn it down. Things are happening in the Zoological Republic. The National Assembly is broke. Are you listening? Why would they not be broke, rather? It is unable to meet its financial needs. Administrative responsibilities such as payment of monthly salaries to lawmakers, their aides, their members of staff are not being met, and the management is worried. The zoo is broke. The naira is worthless. Nothing is happening in that very place. Why? Because they use all the money to buy private jets. And on 28th, you want to go and vote for them. Ask the idiots now jumping about, we're trying to support Okorocha. Do you have private jet? Does Okorocha have private jet? I'm asking you. Because Okorocha will jump into private jet and run away. You will be left there. And you will die in your ignorance. Don't go out to vote or you will die. Some of you will get up in Igbo. We have to go and vote now. Then they are mad people. There will be no election. All of you will try as much as you can to vote, but you cannot vote. Because if you want Biafra, do not go out to vote. It's as simple as that. This is not census. We went to school. We calculate when we strike. It is not every time. And census, we're not going to go in census. But you went back and took money from Jonathan. Owazuruke, did you or did you not do uniform with Mrs. Jonathan as a peace ambassador? Yes or no? Go and tell your useless members what you have been doing in their name. Owazuruke, were you photographed in a uniform with Mrs. Jonathan doing peace as an ambassador of peace? Are you the campaign manager for Jonathan in the Southeast or not? Why did you say that Jonathan did well by giving Ojukwu Nigerian state burial? Was Ojukwu not our head of state of Biafra? Did he fight for Biafra or not? Lead us into war that cost nearly 6 million lives? And you're telling us you're happy that Nigeria buried our hero. Because even in death, Nigeria told us that they conquered us. But that didn't occur to you, did it? Because you're a baboon. They think they have brain, but they don't. Hey, they gave him state burial. It is state burial. Can't you see green, white, green on Ojukwu's coffin? I was weeping. Oh, Ojukwu's head was resting on Biafran flag. The fact of the matter is that he was buried with green, white, green colors. The colors of our conquerors. The irony was lost on all of you, didn't it? Anyway, Some of you were educated in the zoo in Nigeria, so what do you expect? Cash crunch hits them. The barrister has come back to me. I must therefore try and speed up our presentation this very morning to allow him to be able to go to work. IMF is not dictating policies. We ran it here a few days ago. The zoo government have said yesterday that there was no truth in allegations that was placed on Radio Biafra that the nation's economy or policy measures were being dictated by the IMF and the World Bank. But that is the truth because you are incompetent. Jonathan is a bumbling, incompetent fool. Minister of Works, Mike, whatever, I can't pronounce his name. Oh my goodness me. Yesterday said that non-release of 230 billion budgetary allocation for critical projects has truncated the completion of various road projects across the zoo, including the second Naija bridge. Second Naija bridge, Amugo, is dead, is finished. No money to build it, according to the Works Minister. We continue. The chairman of the Imo State Council of Traditional Rulers, Eze-Cletus Ilo Mwanya, oh God, has accused Governor Rochas Okorocha of building a palatial estate for himself while the state economy is in shambles. I don't know if those saying, now you we know, can understand that. There is like a Wazirike building his hotels, his hostels, and his mansions, and ordinary Masob members are doing kidnapping for him. Go and kidnap that man, they run and kidnap. Go there and kidnap him, they run. Go and kidnap. But your guy has kidnapped you and your boss and is building hotel. Can you go to the hotel and stay for free? The answer is no. Then who is a fool? You are a kidnapper. I'm going to know more kidnapping. Mass up. A bunch of kidnappers. There are some of... Anyway, the time hasn't come yet. Well, we'll get there very, very soon. The zoo will enforce the repatriation of dollar proceeds from exports and is planning sanctions against those not complying, according to the Central Bank of the zoo. They told Reuters yesterday, Nigeria has been hit hard. The zoo has been hit hard by a steep drop in oil price and uncertainty over closely fought and delayed election. Useless people. Why won't it be delayed? Go to the polls now and see if the zoo will not burn down. This is 2015. The year that the zoo must come to an end. Hopeless people. Monkeys and baboons everywhere. People who cannot reason. All around you, they look like human beings, but the brain is empty. God forbid bad thing. Terrible thing to possess. The Bring Back Our Girls group has called on the government to see to the prosecution of parents who allegedly sold their children. They are selling their children everywhere in the zoo. Everybody is selling their child. That is how bad the zoo is. Very, very terrible indeed. And Jonathan have sacked somebody, his name is Agwai, for attending Obasanjo's birthday. A major casualty of the first relationship between Goodluck Jonathan and Olusegun Obasanjo was recorded at least 2 days ago, less than a week after delivering Obasanjo's 78th birthday lecture. General Martin Luther, his name is Martin Luther Agwai, chairman of the multi-billion naira, a general. He is controlling a budget of multi-billion. The work of a general is in a battlefield, but in the zoo, a general means money. The general commanding the budget of the Ministry of Finance. That is their real title, rather. This is Radio Biafra. We have finished. The barrister has come to us, and I must defer to him very quickly. Barrister, can you hear me, please? If you can, you may proceed.
Yes, Director.
Please go ahead.
Am I coming out through here?
Of course you are through. Please go ahead. Yes, you are through. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Director. Thank you for the news. And people, once again, because Director noticed, halfway before you finish, people are clogging up the telephone line, making it very difficult for me to come in. And when they come in, they won't say anything, just to hear their voices, and then they drop off. Biafrans, Radio Biafra is not, as PDP or APC are trying to put it, claim. Something you claim is not something real. Radio Biafra is real. You know, their grammar over there is very suspicious. So when they speak it, they are very happy they have spoken it, but they do not even understand the meaning of what they are writing about. You say purported, something that doesn't even show up. But Radio Biafra is equity, and they are here to discover. Sorry,
Barrister. There's a breaking news, please. Breaking news this very moment at Catholic Church, Assumpta Cathedral, where fight has broken out between political thugs. They, but I said they wanted to conduct debate. You know, they wanted to be like Oyibo, to hold debate. But the thugs have taken over. They are fighting there at this very moment. Thugs of 3 political parties fighting at Assumpta Cathedral in Owerri. Please go ahead. Breaking news. Please go ahead.
Call for laughter, director. Anyway, we have engineered something. I told you last week that you have woken up dead people. So if they are fighting, it's not uncommon. So, director, first of all, the news about APC saying that PDP is sponsoring Radio Biafra. Now, let's dismantle this argument permanently. Are they not aware that Golo Jonathan voted in some billions of naira to stop us broadcasting? Now, let's go back to APC. Is he not the same old Rochas or Korocha who wanted to buy Radio Biafra? He wanted to be with us. Director, that was 2 or 3 years ago.
You are correct. He sent the defunct Bilie Human Rights to come and tell me that they want to join.
Absolutely.
And we kicked them out in the ocean.
And you definitely refused. That was what brought about our separation from Bilie, Boko Haram, and APC. Now, they call the shots, and now they're turning around and saying this PDP. It was Rochas Okorocha who wanted to align himself with Radio Biafra. But here, knowing who he is, knowing where he's coming from, knowing that he's a son of the house of Fulani Boko Haram, he was rejected flatly. Rochas Okorocha, we don't want your money, we don't want your influence. Radio Biafra is an independent radio station sponsored by Biafrans only. There is nobody anywhere sponsoring Radio Biafra. Okorocha, have you forgotten? You wanted to dip your Hausa hand into Radio Biafra and we rejected it outrightly. PDP, there has not been any day with not tell Jonathan the way he's approaching his leadership. How can you go against somebody who is sponsoring you? The Bible says Satan that divides against itself will not stand. How can PDP be sponsoring us and we're telling Jonathan he should do this? At the beginning, only me was sympathetic towards him. Then when I realized this guy hasn't got any balls, I said, no, I'm out of here. Good Lord Jonathan, you want to vote for. What has he done in the East for you? Has he been there many times to see the problems they are having over there? Has Good Lord Jonathan stepped into Abba? You ask yourself, those who are clamoring and getting ready to go and vote him. What has Good Lord Jonathan done in Owerri? Those who are prepared. You see, most times, director, we always say the Igbo man likes money. No. Igbo man do not like money. The problem with Igbo man is poverty. Once you are starved, taken away of what belongs to you, you start to scavenge. It's like a dog who is not well fed. What would the dog do? The dog will start picking anything he sees on the road. But any dog that is well fed, whatever it sees on the road, you overlook it. Igbo man do not like money. It's because we've been impoverished. Now for you to survive, okoko, kuro oka, when you are starved, you can take anything on board, you can eat any rubbish, you could be bribed. This is why it is easy for an Igbo man to be deceived via little money. We are not the ones killing the boss in the zoo. How many Igbo men have been in the realm of affairs? It's only Hausa and Boko Haram and the Yorubas who are looting the Biafran wealth. That's why Igbo man then was taking. The Igbo man will go and steal maybe 20,000 and they lock him up. But Hausa and Boko Haram who are taking billions are all working scot-free. So Igbo man do not like money. It's just poverty that is giving us all these bad names. You see an Igbo man who went to report what Biafrans are doing. What is he looking for? To be bribed so that he can have something to put on the table for his family. We are very poor. Igbo people are poor. Biafrans are poor. If, let's say, for example, this Tinubu who went to Pangan, what is happening in AIT? Who sponsored AIT? Is it not Obasanjo? How many of our rich men who can say, Biafrans, I'm prepared to buy this for you? our transmitter that costs almost £100,000. Who donated the money? Ordinary Biafrans. Those who are here abroad, everywhere, China, name it, Japan, Germany. These are the people who contributed the money for our transmitter. Who is sponsoring Radio Biafra today? Ordinary Biafrans. We have no godfather. We have nobody clearing things for us. So now it is hitting them. What we are preaching here is reverberating, and it is hitting them. Okorocha, now let me tell you this. Not only in Biafra land should Biafrans not vote. Biafrans all over the zoo, especially those in the house, do not cast your vote, because we have already set up our agenda to exit the zoo. We've been preaching this for a long time. But of course, you will see those whose father is eating a little bit from APC, PDP, GPD, and all the rest of it. They will agitate. They will write on Radio Biafra. Why are you asking for your country? Because they are feeding from the house of planning crumbs. What about those? What about children? What about women who are killed every day? If anybody will write any rubbish on Radio Biafra site or Facebook, you are not only a born fool, but an ignorant, stupid devil. That's because of money you cannot remember that the houses are using knives, daggers, gun on you. It is illegal for what they are doing, but because of the position of that bloody zoo, it is legalized that the Hausa man will carry gun and kill you, and nobody will ask. Police can shoot you on the road, nobody will ask. Try and kill a pigeon here and see, or kill a dog and see in the Western world. So that zoo is due for destruction. All of you, as far as you're a Biafran, except those who are fathered by Hausa and Boko Haram, go and vote for your people. Our quest for restoration of Biafra is not only in Biafra land. Every Biafran, whether you are in Zungeru, those who refuse to come back, do not cast your vote for anybody, as far as you're a Biafran. But if you are not made of Biafran blood, carry on with what you guys are doing. How many years that the Biafran will wake up? Those in Owerri, you want to go and vote for Rochas Okorocha? What has Rochas Okorocha done for you? There are some teachers that are not even paid. Those who do contracts, Okorocha will tell you, you want to build the road, go and construct. After which you tell you it's not well done. He will not pay you. Only 2 weeks ago, 19 people from Owerri died as a result of Okorocha not paying them for their services. What is Okorocha doing? Okorocha has an agenda in Owerri. Came in via the back door. Somebody who came through ABDA. All of a sudden he shifted into APC. What has he done for you? Because he seized the money that they are sharing, and then he's using it to sponsor the kids for their education. And everybody's jumping up. Okorocha has massacred quite a lot of roads in Owerri. They are uncompleted. And I'm telling you to vote for him so that he will complete it. None of you, anyway, Director, I think I've given you this information. Owerri enough have not even received any card. So they are not voting. Those in the West or wherever they came from, none of you should go and vote for Rogers, PDP, APC, or anybody. Biafra is going home because we've been killed enough, we've been bombed enough. If any of you are not hearing what we are saying here, then you must be deaf. We are not here for any party. We are here for Biafra. And all of you should stand up and realize this. Nobody can bribe us. Yes, you can say whatever you want to say. We do not care. What we are looking for is justice, equity for everybody. To conserve and reserve the life of our people. Not every day you hear bombing. Now they are having arguments in the church. All these church chiefs, we don't know even where they are. They take money too. One man will come in and say, I give you 10 billion, just like old, washed up and foolish people in Dojinama. What Godo Jonathan is doing, instead of using the money to construct and put infrastructure in our land, he will give it to a bunch of few individuals. And he say, just bribe an Igbo man, he will be okay. And those wicked, foolish ones will not remember. No, don't give us this money. Use it to do something that everybody will benefit. He'll call about 10 people, give them 10 billion. Godo Jonathan himself is a foolish, stupid idiot that doesn't want his name to go far. All you do is, when he leaves office with of country, he will. What is your legacy? What would you say that you've done for the place you claim to. When we speak grammar here, we know what he's from Barry. Of course, maybe the mom or the dad came from Biafra. But we have not seen any tangible evidence, realistically, that this guy came from that corner. Instead, he's pacifying the houses, doing things for them so that they will keep him. But that Sokoto was ridden with water, flood everywhere. He flew in to go and fix it for them. Look at Abba. Is a tangible example. All of you there in Abba, those who are lukewarm, who are not even sure. You are not sure, and you're living in a big-style corner. And you're not even ashamed of yourself. You want to go and put Reuters of corruption. Director, I'll leave it here.
Thank you very much. The very eminent barrister, accomplished in every sense of the word, a genuine, true Biafran Okoma forward. Makadega Mama, we are now going to take your calls wherever you are. Our Skype line is open. Our telephone lines have come alive once again. And right now you can put your calls through and we will be able to graciously receive it. And the world will benefit from what you have to offer. This is Radio Biafra. We are live, we are direct, we are unstoppable. APC is afraid. PDP is hiding under the bed because we are on the air broadcasting the truth that Chukwu Abiama asked us to come here to preach. The caller on the phone, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
What is your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, this is Alon Victor, calling from Enugu.
From Enugu, thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Okay. I appreciate you, Director.
Thank you.
I want to say that Biafra is what we're waiting for. We would do our best to make sure that nobody goes to vote. Because this is the way we, the Biafra, will come up to restore the Biafran capability.
We have lost him. I don't know if this credit. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? This is Radio Biafra. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? They are not paying attention. That is the problem. If you call Radio Biafra, please proceed to speak. Proceed to speak if you can. Proceed to speak. The caller on the line, can you hear me? The caller on Skype, can you hear me? This is Radio Biafra. The caller on Skype, once again, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Director. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much. Your name, please, and where you're calling from?
Yeah, my name is Richard Anyalechi, calling from Sweden.
From Sweden. Thank you. Are you part of the family in Sweden? Are you one of us?
Yeah, full.
Thank you. Please go ahead. Anyalechi, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, Director. Yeah, I just want to thank you and thank all the genuine Biafrans for the wonderful job we are doing all over the world. So, Director, what I want to contribute this morning is concerning. I don't know if you are hearing me, Director.
My goodness me, I can hear you. If I can't hear you, I will tell you. Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. You know about yes.
He is listening to his own voice. That is the problem we always. That's why we say don't listen to your voice. Just keep talking. And somebody in Europe cannot follow simple instruction. How about those at home? The caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, my Director.
Please go ahead. Do not stop because we can hear you. My headphones is telling me that you're on. Keep talking, please. Don't listen to your system. No. Your name and where you are, please.
No problem, Director. My name is Tochukwu Wanko. I'm calling from Sweden and I'm from Anambra State, Agagata local government. Director, you don't need to worry about me. I'm an old listener, so I know the rules and everything. So don't need to worry about me. So I've been listening to Radio Biafra from 2012, but now I wonder why Okorocha will come out with this bunkum. You understand? Are our people fools? Can they stand the truth? Can they know if they see the truth, can they recognize the truth?
Igbo people don't know the truth anymore.
They cannot know the truth anymore.
They cannot know the truth. Igbo people can no longer know the truth. That is the sign that Chukwu Abiyama has abandoned them. They don't know the truth.
The other day, the other woman come out and said, we have been sponsored by SPC. Now we have been sponsored by PDP. Like if Igbo people, like if they can stand and really watch, they will see that this is the truth. That's why the two parties are attacking this truth. They want to bring it down because this is the only truth that can stop them from carrying their evil heart. APC, Okorocha is planted there to Islamize our people. Our people should wake up. Our people should open their eyes and see the wickedness of that.
Very sad.
Wickedness of the wicked agenda of that man coming. If they allow this, the Igbo will perish. They should stop that man. That man is evil. That man is Hausa Fulani. That man is not an Igbo man. The man is evil. It's only we can stop that man. If they allow that man, they will see the repercussion at the end, and they can never come out from it. They should stop that man now. That man is evil. That man is a wicked man.
And hopefully they will stop him. Hopefully they will stop him, and he can no longer continue with his Islamizing agenda to Islamize us. He's a very bad man. The caller on the phone, hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? The caller, turn your system down. Can you hear me?
Hello?
They are not serious, are they? They are new listeners. They will learn the hard way. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, this is Chinonso.
It's a Chinonso. Turn your system down or get away from the room because I can hear the radio at the background. Please, there's a Chinonso. Where are you calling from, please?
I'm coming from Enugu State.
Thank you very much. Enugu is taking over this morning. Please go ahead.
Sir, I want to thank God for your life and for what you are doing. Because I was once a member of my job in Enugu. I thank God for your work. And I pray that God will bless you. And there's one prayer I prayed this morning. I said, God, let there be confusion in this country. I prayed that prayer. And I'm very happy to hear what Rochas is saying. They are going to receive more confusion. This country must go on fire. This zoo must be on fire. Tell good Lord, tell Rochas, tell all the governors, the eastern governors, all of them will catch fire. Except our God. That people of God is not our God. Except he is not, then I know he's our God. He will answer us. Keep on doing what you are doing.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much for that. Thank you. May Chukwu Abiyama bless you immensely. We had a caller before. Instead of them to speak, they were busy listening to their own voice. I do not like that. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? This is Radio Biafra. Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Mine.
What is your name?
Hello?
They are not serious, are they? They are never serious. They are not serious. They don't listen to so. If you call Radio Biafra and I pick your call, listen to my voice over the radio, over Skype, over your phone and over Skype, not over the radio. If you're waiting to hear your own voice come back from the radio, you are grossly mistaken. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Good morning, sir. Director, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Please turn your system down or walk away from the room. Please, I beg you. Walk away from the room. Turn your system down. This is Radio Biafra. And give us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, let me off my radio. I'll call you.
My goodness me. Things are happening, aren't they? I love them all the same. I love them. They are wonderful people. When you get them going, they are unstoppable. After all, their fathers considered the finest army that mankind has ever known. The caller on Viber, can you hear me? The caller on Viber, once again, can you hear me? For the last time, can you hear me? No.
Yeah, I'm hearing you, my director. Good morning, my director.
Good morning. Please, your name and where you are. Turn your system down.
My name is Michael Ogwejiofo. I'm calling from Gabon, Libreville.
Libreville, Gabon. Ogwejiofo, thank you very much. Go ahead.
Yeah. I must commend you for what you people are doing. Although I decided not to thank you because this is a fight both literate and illiterate. But my director, we are having problems here in Libreville.
Why?
Because that Biafrans are well, why most of us are having what we are having today. Here, because of our intelligence, the gift God gave to us.
Turn your system down or
Do you
walk
know
away.
that this
Hold on. Turn your system down or you walk away from the room. That is what we are saying. It keeps coming in. White people are listening. If we cannot obey simple instruction, how do you think they will take us seriously? If you call Radio Biafra, turn your system down or walk away from the room. After talking, you can come back. How can you want to listen to your own voice when you're talking? Does that make sense to anybody? It's as if we're playing games here. As if some of you are not serious. You want to hear your voice on the radio? Are you there to hear your voice or to make a very meaningful contribution? Turn your systems off when you speak to Radio Biafra. My goodness me. I don't know how to explain it so you'll understand it, please. The caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Hello, Director.
Yes, please. Your name and where you are.
May your days belong, Director.
And you too.
This is Maswa Chinwendo, calling from Malaysia.
From Malaysia, thank you. Please go ahead.
Director, may your days belong.
And yours too. Please go ahead.
May Chukwu Abiyama, who bring you in our lifetime, be praised forever and ever.
You say?
You know, the world was shocked and surprised to hear that this particular group of people will come from the hated world, in the most hated country in the world. This shows that this is a gospel of Chukwu Abiyama.
Of course it is.
Because the host, if you watch throughout the history of the Bible, those that Christ called, Chukwu Abiyama called, is from ordinary people that nobody recognized them. When Christ came out, even people were surprised to say, can any good thing come from Galilee? But that was where Christ came out. A lot of them, the leaders, David, Daniel, Gideon, Moses, Joshua, Samson, just like this.
That is correct, yes.
Nobody even believed that. But Chukwu Abiyama used them mightily. This is the sign that our restoration is divine and ordained from Chukwu Abiyama. But it's quite a pity that our people do not see the handwriting in the wall. Although it's the same thing that happened during the time of Israelites. Many of them, they did not see it. Those that are being deceived by the angels of darkness, they will not see it. Those are born by Hausa Fulani and the dubious, stupid Yorubas. These are the evils that we are facing. But indeed, Chukwu Abiyama is God, and the work is going.
Of course.
Director, I will not thank you, but Chukwu Abiyama will be blessed and praised forever. Keep on keeping on, as Uchemefo will say.
Thank you.
We are behind you.
I know you are. Thank you very, very much for that. Thank you. This is Radio Biafra. We are going to the phone lines as well to see who is there. If I take your call, please turn your system off. Turn it off. This is Radio Biafra. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Give us your name and where you are, please. Your name and where you are. This is Radio Biafra. We are live and direct to the whole world, please.
Yes, I call him from Aba. Yes.
From Aba, thank you very much. Please, and what is your name?
Yes, my name is Chiwanda Amefula.
Thank you very much, Ahamefula. Please go ahead. The whole world is listening, please, because we are live. The whole world is listening. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello?
Yes, go. Oh, Chineke na mere mere. Don't listen to your radio. Keep talking. Hey. Oh, my goodness me. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? I have a caller on the phone. Can you hear me? No, the line is not coming through. It is not coming through. I will reiterate. If you call Radio Biafra and listen to your radio by waiting or hanging around, I will not take your call. I won't take it. I'll cut it off. until you learn. I don't mind us because I'm relentless. We can do this thing for 1 month. It doesn't bother me. If you call and you are still listening to your device, I will cut you off. If you hear my voice on your earpiece, on your phone, you begin to speak. Give us your name, where you are, and you start talking. If you're waiting to get confirmation from your radio, I will cut you off immediately. I don't have time to waste here. The caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Director. Good morning, Director.
Good morning.
This is the voice of Agro Obiamachi calling from Senegal, Dakar.
From Dakar, Senegal. Please go ahead.
I'm one of the IPOB.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
I heard from Iguano, as you know, precisely.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I want to make a contribution this morning. Please, as you have refrained from calling so-called to Niger Delta, and I will advise as well to tell your assistant, Uchemefon, to do so as well, to not use so-called in Niger Delta whenever he addressing or Biafras.
Yes, I'm hearing what you're saying. Yes, I will do so.
Okay. And again is that I pray that God Almighty will assist you for this struggle, or assist us in general in this struggle, because I know if this come to pass, there will be a revolution, not only in Biafra land, in Africa as a whole. Like that some time ago, I heard you say that something that they used to make phone vibrate head from Africa, but that particular country, that which make phone to be vibrating is not, do not have money, or they are poor. So I believe that when this Biafra come, there will be a total revolution. So well, that is my contribution. I pray that God Almighty will assist every one of us and give us wisdom and understanding to be able to complete this struggle. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Thank you very much for that, my dear brother. Thank you. And I welcome what you have said. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? This is Radio Biafra.
Yes, this is so calling from Enugu, Biafra land. I'm calling you right away from Enugu, the land of Biafra.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
I want to tell you that I called one organization in this Republic of Zoo called Nigeria this morning, and I mentioned Biafra, and one of the stupid person that is on the radio cut me off. I was very angry. Director, I want you to tell me. I sent you a message on Facebook. My name on Facebook there is Oreke Goodluck. So I sent you a message on the Facebook. I want you to send me a secret code that I use to break into their network. So when I call, nobody will be able to trace me, and nobody will want to cut me off. We want to show them that we are intelligent. We have technologies. Biafra must stand.
It will stand, he say. Of course it will stand. Who is going to stop it? Nobody can stop it from standing. Biafra will stand. They stand in our way, we all die together. What happened in 70 was when the war ended, everybody ran back to where they were, where they came from. That nonsense will not happen now. Once we commence, we will fight for 1,000 years if need be. Either we have Biafra or we don't. We are not worthy to exist. Simple as that. They can cut you off all the life, but they can never ever prevail. The caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you too. Your name and where you are.
Yeah, good morning, Director. Yeah, this is Kingsley Ugu from Germany.
From Germany, thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Hello.
I can hear you. Go ahead. I can hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. That is the problem we are having. Even those in Europe cannot comprehend. This army, oh my God in heaven. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. I am calling from Aba. My name is Daniel Uche.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Yes, I want to make a little contribution on what is going on. You see, all of us here, we are very much ready and we are prepared to follow in whatever.
Oh my goodness me. Hey, the zoo is cutting our lines. The zoo is making things difficult for us. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? The caller on the phone, can you hear me? You need to turn your system down. Maybe one of those Okorocha supporters. Can you hear me?
Philip Zaram by name.
Sorry, what is your name again?
Philip Zaram by name. I'm calling from Aba.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
All right. What I want to say, I don't want you to trouble yourself about Richard Okorocha on what he's doing, because he is helping to circulate the news that there is a radio called Radio Biafra. Myself, I don't know that Radio Biafra exists. But yesterday, I was tuning my radio and I found a sound and clear station. And I shouted, wow, such a thing, can it happen in Nigeria? And I started listening. When I listened and I hear Biafra, I was mad. I was very happy. And I started listening to it now. So I'm happy that Radio Nigeria, Biafra is now in town. So he is helping people to tell the news that there is a Radio Biafra, and people are going to listen to it. So don't bother yourself. Let all the Biafra, let them not bother about it. The man is helping to tell the news, and he is helping to circulate the same news that people should not go and vote. So that is what I want to contribute. And I don't know the coordinator in United States and in Aba, so I want to get their number. And there's something I want to say that will help in circulation of the news, but I don't want to tell it on air. So maybe I don't know how we can get it. If I can call you later or you call me, then I will tell you something about it. So that's my contribution. God bless you. God will keep on.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I want you to call us back, please. Immediately after this program, you try and call us back. Very, very important. And thank you for calling. Did you hear what he said? He said Radio Biafra was the clearest radio signal he received. Our technology is second to none. Devastating. Deadly and devastating. You cannot see Radio Biafra. You can't see it. But if you turn your radio on, you'll be speaking. I can't wait for this war to start, honestly speaking. I can't wait for it to start. This is Radio Biafra, the caller on the phone. Can you hear me? They are testing to see if the line is working or not. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? I have a caller on the phone. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? This is Radio Biafra.
Yeah, hello?
Yes, please. What is your name?
Hello?
Yes, your name and where you are.
My name is Ukebu or Ukebu. I'm calling from Aba.
Thank you very much.
I'm from Adreba.
Thank you. Please go ahead.
I want to contribute to what is going on.
Go ahead.
I am very, very glad that Nigeria is now on fire. What you see Okorocha saying is an effect of what Radio Biafra is doing. If nobody comments or say anything in line with what Radio Biafra is doing, you know that we are not doing any work. But for the fact, somebody like Okorocha, Malam Okorocha, is complaining, simply means that something is going on. The nation is on fire, and they are no longer confident in what is going on. So this is a clear work of God. And again, I am very, very happy of what is going on, because I joined the family member in Dubai. Just briefly, I came back to Nigeria, to the zoo, precisely in Aba. Then I started looking for family members. I called our director from Dubai. He sent me the number. I called him, and I identified with myself with them. But when I realized that the radio was only broadcasting for 2 hours and only in the night, I was not happy. So I told the director I have to work to get a better place. Today, we have 24-hour broadcasting, non-stop. I'm happy that we're able to get a better place. And again, we have plans on how to disseminate, how to make the information known that there will be no any election. But there's another thing on. No election in Nigeria already. The PDP and APC are working, because in the next week it will be obvious that they are going to postpone the election for the next 6 months. But what we are doing now is to get ourselves prepared so that we will not be carried away by the noise that will be coming out of when the election is postponed. So it will be on ground to do the needful, what we need to do, so that while they are killing themselves, while they are making noise, we will be somewhere adding more fuel to make sure this nation burns down completely. At least before the week runs out, the National Assembly will begin to debate on to invoke law of necessity to give them 6 months more because the nation is on fire already. So these are the things that is going on. When you see PDP and APC fighting themselves, they are just saying, they are just exposing themselves because they can no longer control this ship. The ship is going down every day. So every Nigerian, and moreover, those that are in Aba should come out. We have our plans on ground on how to put everything to hold within this period. Before 28, it will be obvious that the nation will not hold in Nigeria. And that is why the whole world is running up and down to push Jonathan to go to election. Because by calculation, there's one thing that Igbos are doing, which I want to correct. Our people are afraid that if we don't vote, Jonathan will lose. But I want them to know that whether we vote or not, Jonathan will still lose. Because the structure of Nigeria made the Igbo man permanent minority. We lose the election before contesting it. The entire 5 Igbo states have only 7 million voters cards. Where is 7 million voters cards go to compare with 68 million voters cards the nation having at large? South-South is only 10 million. So put South-South and South-East together, it's only 17 million. So we don't even know our problem. Our problem is the structure of this country. We are structured in a way that we are the permanent minority in this country. And we cannot make any meaningful change in the Nigerian policy. Because even in the House of Assembly, it's a game of number. 109 senators, the Igbos have only 15 senators. What are they going to contribute to the running of the business of this country? So we are not part of this country. From 1967, when the war broke out, and they fought against us, and they defeated us by 1970, they share the major pillars of government in this country. Yoruba was compensated with economy, and the Hausas, the middle belt, we are giving the defense. Then the Fulani, we are giving power. So the Igbo man or the South-South man was not given to anything. The reason that is there is by the act of God's mercy. And he should know why he is there. God brought him into the power to decide to settle the problem of this country once and for all. Let the North go their way. Let the Yoruba go and develop their place. Let the Biafran go and develop their place. This is the thing. There is one thing that is in the newspaper yesterday, Vanguard. No, when we talk that we are destroyed, they massacred us in 1967 to 1970. Nigeria seems to be covering it up. That was the act of genocide. It's a program against Igbo. But yesterday, the PDP political and national political campaign of Jonathan, they had a meeting over the weekend in Umuahia. So they came up. It was in paper yesterday. Then now, because Buhari and his men said that they would take this lady, wife of the president, to International Court of Justice. So they now came up with their own yesterday, saying that they are going to take Buhari to ICC, International Court of Justice, equally. Let him come and explain his role in the Nigerian Biafran war, where they committed genocide against Igbo. It is in paper yesterday, page 6 and 7, Vanguard. And they went ahead to ask him where he was the night that Morata Mohammed was killed, that they have evidence that his hand was in the death of that head of state. So they are now exposing themselves. They are now on fire because of what is going on. So RadioBiafra, everyone should come out to play one part or the other to make this radio moving, because this is the only platform. This is the only platform that Igbos have that is going to help them. We don't have any media platform in the past. The political platform that Ojuko said, which is ABGA, was destroyed. Rogers deliberately destroyed that party, ABGA. I knew what happened. We worked for Jonathan in 2011, and they used our structure to work for Rogers in ABGA, in Imo State. A month after the election, they called us back and said that we are going to change our group to work for Rogers in 2015, so that Hausa man will be there. After Hausa man, that Igbo man will do in 2019. That was it. So if what Rogers is doing today did not start today. I said a month after 2011 election, they called us, and said that we are going to change our group to work for Rogers, so that he will become president, that Igbo man will be president in 2019. that it doesn't matter if Awosama will take over in 2015. That was the game plan then. Because of that statement, I left that group. So what they are doing is deliberate. Rogers knows what he's doing. He knows where he's going. He's an agent of the Hausa Fulani.
Of course.
He is working for the interest of the North. So everybody should come out now. There's no hiding place. I am doing everything. We are planning to, things are coming out which will not be said in the air. So we are going to measure this nation, this criminal enterprise, this evil nation called Nigeria is destroyed. The people that were trapped in this nation will be set free. South Africa will move forward until they break Igbo man, until they break Biafra. Africa will continue to be in bondage, in darkness, because that was a deliberate plan to destroy the black race. So please, even the white people that have progressive mind should join in this campaign. Everybody, traditional rulers, we know what is going on in Naija State. POG is jumping from pillar to post. Look at what they do every year. People should not mind them. Very soon, in less than 1 month or 2 months, all of them will be running away. They'll be looking for a place to hide themselves, because if this election is called for now, you see that the APC will rise up against PDP. Then there will be confusion in the government house. So it is now left for us to put ourselves in order. So when this confusion will come up, we now know where to come in to make sure that everything is perfectly achieved. So we are working here. We are taking the message to many places. Everything that is within my reach, even if it is cash, whatever it is, I will commit it to this struggle because I was born for this. I know my role in MAZI before I left that group. So I will give everything that to make sure we achieved what God has destined for us to achieve in this time. So everybody should come out. Stop hiding in your shop. Stop hiding in your house. Stop hiding in your church. Pastors should come out. I'm a minister equally, fighting for this cause. So everybody should come out. Let us fight it. And once for all, there's nothing like freedom. When you are free, you will be able to decide your future. But when you are in bondage, you cannot decide your future. So we should come out. We should stop hiding to speak as if we are afraid. If you see any group that is coming outside, join them so that we will be able to settle this problem once and for all. Thank you.
Before you go, don't go away. Are you there? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm calling for... Yes, you said what?
What is your name? Again.
My name is Ukebu from Abreba. I'm calling from Aba.
When I come to Biafra land, I want to take you with me. Before I speak, I want you to speak first before I speak. You are one of the best callers to Radio Biafra since we began. You are very, very articulate. The way you marshaled your points, we are excellent. Perfectly executed. I like people who are erudite. You spoke exceedingly well.
Thank you, sir.
I want you to be beside me when we go on our rallies back home, so that you will speak. You spoke very well. I have your number, and Ukebu, I will call you. Your father should be very proud of you. Your mother should be very proud of you because you are very, very articulate and intelligent. In you, we have men, not just a man. Men, many people are in you. You spoke very well, and I'm highly impressed. Very, very impressed, I'm telling you the truth. May Chukwuabiama bless you immensely. And bless this very stomach that gave birth to you, because you are intelligent. My goodness me. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, it's you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. I have a caller on the system. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? The caller on the phone, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Where you are is very noisy. Very, very noisy.
All right, from Abba.
Yes, thank you very much. It's better now. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I can hear you. Can you speak English or you cannot speak English? Oh, the caller on the phone, can you hear me? I want our people to please listen to instruction. You give us your name and where you're calling from. Then you start speaking. There is no problem.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hello, my director. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my dear brother. Please, your name and where you are.
I'm Chukwibe. I'm calling from Enugu.
Thank you very much. Enugu Owerri Aba is on fire. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Please, my director, I want to contribute whether to send delegates. You see our brothers in Myanmar and the various places, to them to beef up their own destiny. Like these people, they said they arrest selling arms also. Like rivers, if we want to bring arms, it will be very easy from that side. If we have made them, they made up their mind and we be the same and fight with one cause to achieve our God's own gift land.
Thank you very much, and we are going to do exactly that. Let us make one thing very clear. I hope you are still there. Let us make one thing very clear. You can never succeed by dividing the house of God. It is impossible. Biafra is God's kingdom on earth. I'm saying that categorically. People must understand the only time that Israel was destroyed completely was when they were divided between Israel and Judea. You must understand that very, very well. Anybody telling you Niger Delta or Igbo, Southeast and South, that they are separate, that person is talking absolute piffle. Nonsense they're talking about. And for Yorubas will try, Hausa will try, they will come in the middle of the night. Oh, Igbos, they want to take you over. Ask them, who killed Adakaboro? Hausa man. Who killed Ken Serewiwa? Hausa man. Who is today fighting Jonathan? Hausa people. Who voted for Jonathan? Igbo. So what is your problem? I ask. Can't you reason? Must a Yoruba man tell you what to do? Niger Delta. Must a Hausa man be able to go and convince you and tell you rubbish and you buy it? If we were conquerors, today everybody will be speaking Igbo language. The only nation that has that mantra in the whole world. Live and let live as a natural law, not the laws of man, not a canon law. Spiritual law is not temporal, not canon. That tells you all you need to know. One more, one mad. One more. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? It is a culture that abhors cheating. The genuine Igbo culture cannot allow cheating to take place. People must understand who they are. I insult the present Igbo because they are useless. If they know what it means to be Igbo, they will not be messing themselves up. What you have now is counterfeit. What you have now is rubbish. And then there was that to remain. You are planning to vote for Korocha. You are a lunatic. Maybe you are mad to bring Islam into our land. I have nothing against him as a human being, but he's an Hausa agent. He borrowed money from Islamic Bank. Are you aware of that? What do you know? Anyway, this is Radio Biafra. The caller on the phone. Can you hear me?
Yes. Good morning, Director.
Good morning, my dear brother. Please, your name and where you are.
My name is Dixon Richard Okori Chuku.
Thank you very much.
I'm calling from Aba.
Thank you.
Yes. Sir, I want to immensely send my gratitude to you, especially, because I was born 20 years after the war of Biafra. And I never had the opportunity to know or to witness what happened in the past. So I really want to thank you because I'm very happy because in my lifetime this is coming to reality. And I'm happy because I will have a tale to tell my children. And I'm an intelligent student in Federal Polytechnic, Owerri. So I'm very ready. I started listening to Radio Biafra 2 weeks back because my elder brother, made me know about it. So now I'm very glad that I'm part of it. I used to say one Nigeria and all that, but I've diverted. It's one Biafra. I'm out. I'm 24 years. And I want to assure you that I'm really in support, and I've been letting people know about it. Everywhere I go, I tell people not to vote. Formerly, I wanted to vote for Goodluck and Alex Oti in Abia State. But now I have cancelled the idea, not going out to vote for anybody. I've been telling people, I've been spreading the gospel of Biafra to everybody. And I believe, by the grace of God, that is going to be actualized and restored. So, you have really made my hope come alive. Really made me know that, yes, we have hope for tomorrow. When Ojuku died, I thought everything had ended. But thank God you are here now. So I want to thank you. May God give you love.
His credit is finished. A very young man at a very tender age of 24. Thank you very much for calling. This is your radio station. This is Radio Biafra. He said he was a one Nigerianist before. He heard the gospel from heaven through Radio Biafra. Now he has repented. All of you Nigerians, you have time to repent from your sins. Repent and come back to Biafra. That is where you belong. They don't even like Jonathan. Can you see that? They are killing people because somebody not of their own making is in charge of affairs. What message is that sending to South and Niger Delta? I don't know what to call. I don't know if I can say South or Niger Delta. They should tell me what to call, please. I don't know. I have a text message here which I must read out. Good day, sir. This is Owakwe Obinna from Ahiara. I only travel to Owerri from Mbise to listen to Radio Biafra. We people of Mbise does not receive the signal of at Mbise. Every day he travels to Owerri just to listen to Radio Biafra on radio. It will come to Mbise very soon. I can tell you that. We need Mbise people all over the world. How do you do in America? Everywhere in Maryland in America is Mbise people. There are more Mbise people in the northeastern United States than you can find in Mbise itself. They should get together and come out and at least fund a relay station for their village. Somebody is doing the same thing for Bielsa. One of our brothers is doing the same thing for Bielsa. He said he wants to fund the relay station. We haven't been same people. They can come out and fund it if they love the truth. If they love the truth, they should come out and fund a relay station from Bise. They know the number to call. It's very easy. We don't have to say your name on air if you don't want us to. It can be done anonymously if you prefer. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? The caller, hello? Yes, please. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hello.
Again, what is your name? Hello. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, my name is Chukuma, calling from Aba.
Chukuma, who? What is your father's name? When you call Radio Biafra, give us your name and your surname, please. What's your father's name?
Chukuma Wusu from Aba.
Thank you. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Do you see the problem we are having? And then he will realize he should have spoken. Can you go ahead, please?
Okay, I can hear you now. My name is Chukuma. What I'm trying to say, I want to commend you people for the imperial trying for the Biafra. I'm one of the victims. I'm one of the. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I want to commend you people on what people are doing. I'm very, very grateful for the encouraging people to not to vote. I'm in support of that. So I will carry the message away to along to message to my people not to go and vote that day. I'm in support of you people. I'm in support of what are you doing. So I want to call to encourage you for what you are doing. So I'm one of you people. I will support. I will try everything possible to not to talk to my people to not to go and vote on that day.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Go and spread it in Aba. Tell everybody in Aba, do not go out to vote. Everybody, wherever you are, it doesn't matter where you are resident. It doesn't matter if you are in Zungeru. It doesn't matter where you are. In Guzo. It doesn't matter if you are in Kotangora. It does not matter if you are in Zamfara, in Adamawa, in Sokoto, in Kebbi. It is irrelevant where you are. Do not vote. If you don't vote, the zoo will change for the better. If you don't vote, you will get electricity. All those things they are promising you, they never deliver. If you don't vote for them, you will get it. As simple as that. Because they are evil. Agents of darkness and iniquity. The caller on the line, can you hear me on the phone? This is Radio Biafra.
My name is Chiwendo. I'm calling from Aba.
What is your father's name?
Yes, I'm calling from Aba.
Hold on. And then all of you calling from Aba. How about your father's name? Somebody gave birth to Chiwendo. What is your father's name? What is your father's name?
My father's name is Ahamefule.
Simple. Chiwendo Ahamefule is your name. Nobody should come here and give us only one name. We need your father's name because he did work before you came to this world. Please go ahead.
Okay, I'm calling from Aba.
Thank you very much. Go ahead. We are listening to you. Go ahead.
This Biafra issue, I like that.
Yes, go ahead.
Hello.
Oh my goodness me. Go ahead.
I think you hear me. I will speak my father's language.
Speak English. Your father's language will come later. Speak English so that the world can hear you what you're saying. We want the whole world to hear you, not just about. If it doesn't matter how good or bad your English is. If you like, you speak broken. It doesn't matter. Just manage it like that. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. This Biafra, I like it to make it possible so that Biafra will come in this Igbo land.
That is what we are doing. That is exactly what we are doing. That is exactly what we are doing.
I will help and tell people to not vote that day in 28 so that Biafra will surely come.
Exactly. He said people should not vote. That is the key.
Yes.
They
so that
should not vote.
Biafra will come.
Exactly.
So that everybody will know that Biafra will come this Igbo land.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
He said, thank you very much. Very, very much. Please go out and spread the message wherever you are. If you are listening to Radio Biafra, we are saying no to voting. We don't want to vote. The caller on the line, can you hear me? What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Ogbu Akalo.
And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Aba.
Thank you very much. Go ahead. I said go ahead.
I have been calling for over some days now, leading to some months now, and I have not been getting info.
You are very lucky today that you got through because the whole world calls Radio Biafra. Everybody wants to talk on Radio Biafra. We are global. That is why. But go ahead. You are lucky you got through today. Go ahead.
Okay. I heard about the recruitment of the Biafran army, and for President, I'm an engineer and also a trailer driver, and I want to join the Biafran army, and I've been calling for me to know the avail and the position of the people in Aba for me to get them, and I've not been able to do that.
Okay. Do you have a pen and paper where you are? Do you have a pen and a piece of paper? There is a telephone number I want to give to you. Do you have a pen and a piece of paper?
Yes, I have those pens.
Do you have them?
Yes.
Okay. If you have it, there is a number I am going to give to you. When you call this very number, because you said you're a trailer driver, it is very, very important you say to them that I asked you to leave your number with them. Very, very important. Call this number, please. 081
51
444
444.
Yes. 799.
499.
No, 799. 799.
081.
Yes.
51.
Yes.
444.
Yes.
799.
That is correct. Call that number and tell them that I asked you to leave your number with them and your occupation. You sound, what is your qualification? What is your highest educational attainment? Can you tell us, please? Don't be shy. Is this secondary school?
Yeah, no.
Where did you, where was attainment? Please, go ahead.
I finished my secondary school now. I got admission at other poly, but I couldn't have money to further on. I stopped at the one.
Say that again, that the world may hear. Say it very slowly. Because we want to, I don't know who you were before, but from the way you spoke, from your command of English language, and you said you're driving trailer, I knew there was something wrong somewhere. I knew there was something wrong. That told me that there is something wrong somewhere. That's why I'm asking you. You are, you dropped out of first year in the university because of lack of money. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
I hope that the world is listening so much for free education. These people are liars. This young man did not do exactly as I said. Tell the people that you're going to call that the director said they should hold your number for him. That's all I want you to do. And I will call you. I will call you myself. Okay?
I will call them back.
Do that immediately. Do it. Thank you very much. He couldn't go to school. And remember, for my Igbo land is developing. There is a young man who is a trailer driver with the potential to do many. They are the Orala. These men are evil. This future has been squashed. He's a trailer driver. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, good morning, my honorable director.
And good morning to you, my dear brother, please. Your name and where you are.
Yes, my name is Bright Ishwa. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Yes, my honorable director, we thank you for the good job you are doing for our people, the humble people of Biafra all over the world. We are thanking you for being able to do your podcast in the evening and also in the morning, even without minding. I even wonder how the way you sleep. You wake up in the morning after the night broadcast and you come to do the night broadcast also, the morning broadcast. There is a lady that called us from London. She says her name is Ichichuku Ezenwa. That she has something to do to Biafran. That our director should send somebody in London to lift her up. But her number is there with me, which I was not authorized to.
Can you inbox me her details, please? Inbox it to me.
I will inbox you her number right away. Then so that somebody in London can meet her up, because she says she doesn't go to bank and all that. She wants to hand over whatever she has to Biafran, at least as part of our own contribution to the restoration of Biafra. My honorable director, you are well done, and may God bless you. It's a good job you are doing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. I know that my deputy tried to get hold of me, Ucheme4. Please try and call back on Skype. The lines are so congested because humanity is listening. Radio Biafra is like an earthquake. Once we are on the air, politicians dive under the bed. They are on the run. We preach the truth here. The devil cannot comprehend it. They can't understand how they do this. We are invisible. Invisible. If you turn on your radio, you get Radio Biafra. We are on satellite. We are online. Very soon we'll be on TV. Because we show you all their criminality and evil. So that you will see why we say, do not go to vote. If you vote, you are finished. As simple as that. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? The caller.
Director.
Yes, please. What is your name and where are you calling
Good afternoon,
from?
Director.
And good morning from here.
Yes. Director, I am Eleka Obideso from Oru West local government area of Imo State. I reside in Enugu.
Thank you.
My director, I thank God for you because I know you're the Moses of our time, or Joshua of our time. I want to commend you on these struggles. In fact, I can see that some of these anti-Biafra, because they have gotten structures in so-called Zoo Nigeria, growing their sex, they don't think of all their people, more especially those surviving children of the Biafran soldiers who are dead, who are killed in the war. Some of them are maimed and kept somewhere. How many of them have gone to say or see them, cater for them, care for them, but they are there just for their own good, for their own meal? Selfish interest. Director, do you know that they don't even think or even go back to history? Look at the way they kill our people. Look at the way discrimination everywhere, segregation everywhere, hatred, marginalization, all on the Igbo people, Biafran. And yet, because they are well placed, they want us to remain with Nigeria. We cannot do that. We cannot do that. Keep on trying.
Oh, his credits ran out. His credits ran out. We will keep trying. We will keep trying. Of course we will. We are live. We are direct. This is Radio Biafra on this very morning of the 11th of March in the year of our Lord 2015. The time here now is approximately 13 minutes. 13 minutes to 11 a.m. in the morning, 13 minutes to 12 noon in Biafra land. We are live. We are direct and the world is listening. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Please go ahead.
My name is Anatletus Ikechukwu Onwudenjo. I'm calling you from Onitsha.
Thank you.
Please, Director, I want to know why the Radio Biafra is not getting from Onitsha. Here, since people are calling you from Aba, calling you from Enugu, calling you from Port Harcourt, but none calling you from Onitsha here. None is calling you from Oka. None is calling you somewhere like Kogidi and other places. And you know, the people that are calling you from Aba, just hearing the Biafran radio, they are amazing. If you are telling people in Onitsha here that there is a Biafran radio, go away. They don't listen, they don't want to hear it. They are not caring. But if this radio is to hear and get from Onitsha, you will hear that Onitsha is mad. They will be mad like that. They will call, they will give their own suggestions, they will give their plan, even support, they will give support. I have tried all my best here to convince people to tune, but if they try to, they say they didn't get it. Even I myself, I'm trying to get it to tune it, but I don't get it. I only hear it only through GSAT. Okay. So what would you do to see that you cover Onitsha or this Anambra area from here, both Oka and the other side? If you cover it, it will give more help to convince people not to vote.
Yes, I want to ask you this now. If we site our relay station in Onitsha, will they be able to afford the petrol or the diesel for the generators? Can they do that?
Yes. People of Onitsha are mad people. They are mad people. Even the time of Wazirike doing his own masop, it is from Onitsha here. He did the highest, every support, every movement of it. So if you put a relay in Onitsha here, the people that will support, even I will put myself, I'm supposed to fill the fuel. I myself, I will to bring my own support to fill the fuel every time.
Okay. Can you hold on? The reason why Enugu, Owerri, Aba are calling is because their own plant, their station is running 24 hours. They fuel it 24 hours. It is running all the time. Can Onitsha be able to meet it? If they can, then I will give the order for one to be installed there. That's what I'm asking.
Try if people tune and get the radio Biafra. You see, you yourself, you later call my number, say what I said is true.
Then I have your number. I have your number. Don't worry about it. I have your number. And something will be done before tomorrow night. Onitsha will be on CHK 97.6. Onitsha itself will give Onitsha 1.
Even I will give him help of fuel and everything. I myself I will do that.
No worries. We shall do so. Thank you very much. I have your number. Don't worry about that. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. I have a caller on Skype. Can you hear me?
Hello, Director. Are you speaking to me?
I'm talking to you, please. Yes, your name and where you are, if you may, please.
My name is Lucy. I'm a Mauritian girl. I'm calling from Sweden.
From Mauritius, but you're calling us from Sweden. Thank you very much. Thank you. You're welcome.
I've been listening to your program for around 3 months now, and it's a Biafran who introduced me to this radio station, and I'm really grateful to him. And I really love the work you're doing because everyone deserves to have freedom in his life. I have seen how bad these people have treated you guys to be one Nigerian, and seriously, it's painful to me. Even if I'm not a Biafran, it's really, really painful. And I just want to tell you that you should keep on with your good work. God will bless every one of you. Don't listen to these people that speak nonsense about PDP and APC. These are rubbish. Just keep on going with the good work.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much, my sister. From Mauritius, but living in Sweden. And she knows that what they have been doing to Biafrans is evil. And she's calling to let us know that she's in support of us. Thank you very much, my sister. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you very much. This is Radio Biafra. I have a caller on the phone. I don't know if they can hear me. Uche Mefo has come back to me. I shall go to him. Uche, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, it's interesting this morning, people from different areas of Biafra land and indeed coming out to actually say their minds. But there are also those who may have been sent by either PDP or APC. The people you have been hammering on to talk and they will be doing something else. All these things we expect. And I salute your courage in, of course, handling them with wisdom. That said, there are about two things I want to say. There was somebody that actually spoke excellently well and which you commended. That guy, that man is somebody to go to somewhere with. Now, somebody else made a comment about Niger Delta, saying we call Niger Delta, so-called Niger Delta. But, it wouldn't be nice to, run away from this kind of issue. The question we have to be asking is, why not so-called Niger Delta? Because Niger Delta is not in constitution of the Federal Republic of the Zoo called Nigeria.
And neither is South. Neither is
South is not there. Southeast is not there. And so the problem is, who put it there? All these names are acronyms from PDP government, acronyms from Obasanjo's government from 1999, and they are not part of the Constitution. And so people accepted it. Our people, our brothers, our sisters, our cousins in that area. Now, I don't know what to say again, because it defies logic. I don't know what to say.
Uche,
I don't know how to.
Uche, what you said, what you're trying to say, we must touch on this. Is very, very critical. Is Niger Delta recognized anywhere in any textbook, in any constitution as an area? Uche,
No.
I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
No.
Is there any South anywhere in the constitution of the zoo, in any historical document anywhere?
No, unless they have smuggled it in now.
It doesn't exist, I can tell you that. It does not exist.
Yeah, so it's ridiculous. And then people are accepting it and answering Niger Deltans, south, southeast. So why shouldn't one refer them as it is? When I say so-called Niger Delta, I say so-called Niger Delta as given them by PDP government. You know? So it is ridiculous. If we are not certain of, if we are not happy with what we are called or what we have found ourselves in, we need to do something and change it. And now, that said, I want to move a bit forward. It is very important that our brothers in Anai, Ishekiri, Urobo, Ibibio, and all the rest, Ijo, begin now to constitute themselves into their own assemblies, because all these arguments, Igbos are going to dominate you, these people are going to dominate you, and things like that is nonsense. In Biafra, if we want to tell ourselves the truth, if we want to be progressive, there has to be parliaments of different clans in Biafra land. And these people will have control and autonomy over what belongs to them. We will only have a few central command in probably defense, economy, or whatever.
And health.
But there has to be
health,
and
economy,
yes.
Health, economy, education, and defense. The rest do whatever.
Yes, yes, of course. Important critical sectors, so that we will be able to function as one. Not what we have here in the zoo called Nigeria, where a group of people say that they are born to rule, that Nigeria is their forefathers' mistake, and they are acting it to the letter with impunity, and nobody's saying anything. In Biafra, we are going to run a credible and a sensible government. Now, it is upon our people, our brothers and sisters in these areas, to call President Goodluck Jonathan to order. Let him come to Biafra land and then continue as the president of Biafra. But we all have to have our different regional governments or clannish government or whatever we call it. So that, and there has to be something in the constitution that every unit is autonomous in certain areas, and you control your resources and pay tax to the federal government, central government. That is how to run a progressive and modern society, and that is how it is being. But Nigeria being what it is, Nigeria being a fraudulent structure from the outside, defies every logic. The forces of demand and supply does not work in Nigeria or do not work in Nigeria. It defies all economic laws, and Nigeria corrupts everything it comes in contact with. That is why anybody who calls himself a Nigerian is a potential fraudster and a criminal. Nigeria is being controlled by rogue elements, and as such, should be described as a rogue state, and more importantly, a failed state. We should begin to think home, and that home is Biafra, because Biafra stands for justice, freedom, and more importantly, emancipation of a group of people in that geographical space, and indeed any group of people struggling for their freedom around the world. Now is the time. There will be no election in Biafra land, and wherever you find yourself, anywhere outside Biafra land, abstain from voting. This is just the message. And our brothers, our sisters in these areas, I don't know, see, I'm in a fix. If I call Nigeria, I don't feel okay, because it shouldn't be. If I say Salsa, it shouldn't be. And if I say Southeast, it shouldn't be. So our brothers, our sisters in Ichekiri, in Anang, in Ibibio, in Ijo, in whatever you call, in all these areas, you should begin to think home. The only person I respect in that area is Asari Dokubo. Right from the outside, he says he is an Ijaman. And we should respect him for that. He is rightly so. He is an Ijaw from Biafra region. And so, Ijaw people should have their own assembly or regional autonomy to control their future. So is Ishekere aligned, Ibibio, and the rest. That is how we have to move if we are to tell ourselves the truth. So let me just give others a chance to continue. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jamefan. Well spoken. Thank you very much for that. This is Radio Biafra. We have just gone past 11 a.m. here in the morning. We will continue to take your calls. This is a live program. If you call, we will be able to take your call if you're very, very lucky. The whole world is calling Radio Biafra. Therefore, if you don't get through, keep trying. You may be able to get through someday. That's how I put it. The caller on Skype, can you hear me?
Yes. Director, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this Fabian Casacho, so I'm calling from Dakar, Senegal.
Yes, please, go ahead.
Yeah, Director, I thank you for your good work which you are doing for us. I say, Chukwuabema bless you.
You say, I'm blessed you.
Yes. Director, what I want to say concerning Rochas of watching, I was calling since I have not get you. Director, you know you are a dreamer. You know, the Bible says that the young ones see vision and the elder shall dream a dream. You know, for the long time you was talking that Rochas Okrocha have come with a billion people. And you said that he should go behind you, that is a Satan. And you also lamented then that you don't need any politician support. Because so that at the end of the day, they will not say that politicians are behind us or they're supporting us, they're leading us or controlling us what we shall do. But after everything, those things that you have said then is what is going on now. So I want all the whole people to know that you are not playing. Again, concerning the Wazirike, which you are talking about yesterday, you know, Director, most of our people are stupid. You know, when they only believe on their business. You know, when man imported goods, and his goods fell in the sea, is that going to stop him not to be import goods again?
No, you continue.
Yes, when somebody married a woman and the woman divorced him, is that going to make him not to look at women again? So they are very stupid. When somebody at school and go to many exam and fail, is that going to make the person not to be going to exam so that he shall continue his education? Why our people are so stupid? Because they are saying director. In short, director, I don't know what to say in that issue, but they all have to know that we are true and we are real. And Radio Biafra is truth and life. Since I'm listening to Radio Biafra, I must tell you that many things in the church I have withdrawn from it. I used to blast the Reverend Father every day by day with many questions, which most of the time he used to feel upset that where am I learning all these things? Because you know that there is a light that has seen the truth. And again, Director, what I want to say in other area, you know, most of the times that you will not be online. You know, there are one player which you play something like last month when Biafra was in war. They corresponded how people were shouting, how bomb was blowing. So I want those things to be playing so that they have to get mad and know that you are not playing. I know that it's those things that make us to be suffering today and be complaining today and be suffering today. So I thank God that maybe this is Biafra come from abroad to Nigeria. If maybe it started from Nigeria, they will say that maybe
they will corrupt it overnight. Overnight they corrupt it.
Yes, they will say that maybe it's Apoga or P2P that built it. But I thank God they say that you're from England. That stupid man Rochas Okrocha bought. Remember that you maybe wanted to invest in a Radio Biafra and you said no. Of course. That's not going to happen. Instead, let this Radio Biafra collapse. But after everything, he make up his mind to say that it's a PDP. While all those stupid people that listen to Radio Biafra and seeing that we are enemy of political people, we are enemy of those people that is manipulator upon our life. We have no more to say that let Chukwuabema bless everybody. By God's grace, we shall achieve Biafra in time to come.
Thank you very much. Thank you. This is Radio Biafra. Please, Ndikom, stay where you are. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Hello, am I speaking to director?
Yes, you are. This is Radio Biafra. Your name and where you are, please.
My name is Ifeanyi Chukwu Mba from Enugu State. I'm calling from India.
From India. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Yeah, director, may God bless you.
And you too.
For the good work you are doing for the Biafrans.
And you too.
But the issue is that our people do not understand what you are fighting for. You are a man sent by God to rescue us from the cage in the hands of Nigeria. But people still do not understand what you are fighting for. Our people are busy fighting for whites. They forget about freedom. They forget about young life. They forget about everything that makes them human beings. They are all busy fighting for what will enter their pockets. My question to people is this, Nigerian people is this, African people. How many white men have ever come down to Africa to have a bank account? None. But our people keep on taking all that makes us human beings to white man to bank to them. And again, after all, they still call you black monkey. Naija better people, Yoruba and Hausa people joined hands together and said, we are all your problem. Igbos are your problem. And because of that, you hate your brothers. Now, then do not think, how come these people become our problem? What makes them become our problem? They never ask themselves such a question. Sometimes I wonder, is there any educated person from that so-called Naija Delta? Is there any educated person at all?
Yes, Asare in fairness to them, Asare Dokubo is making a lot of sense. When you hear him speak, he makes a lot of sense. What he's saying is correct and spot on. But we want that sentiment to be shared by the majority of people from Izon, which they call a John. It's not a John, it's Izon, I-Z-O-N. That's the correct pronunciation. But the white man changed everything, turned everything upside down. We want many of them to come from Ishekiri, from Urobo, from Isoko, to say the same thing, that we are one people. That's what I want to see. Nothing more, nothing less. Please go ahead.
There is problem. See, sometimes I wonder what is really wrong with our people. You have been in a country for many years without light, without good road, without good hospitality. And then travel to another man's land, then travel to Europe, then travel to Asia countries, and then see how things work there. Why can't they think about themselves and ask themselves a question? Why can't our people be like this? The only thing that makes you a human being is how your people, where you come from, what how you have. How much you have cannot take you anywhere. How much you have cannot make you a real sensible human being. What makes you a real sensible human being is where you come from. I want them to remember one thing. We are all going to live and die. Nobody is going to be here forever. The same way we forget our forefathers, the same way we shall be as well. So be forgotten in future to come. So the only important thing in this world is how much good you make your people, how much proud you make your people. Our people do not listen. They don't think properly. They are busy every time a nation from one day and a nation from the other. What have you benefited from those people that you are talking? Are you going to be a slave forever? I listen to so many people that call sometimes and they will ask, what type of clothes are you putting on, director? What type of passport you carry along? Then forget about what you are preaching. Somebody is telling you, come out from slave, come out from fire, and enjoy your life. Live as a human being. You are running from one country to another. You can't sit down and reason properly. Ask yourself a question. Why is my country not the same as European country is? Why is my country not the same as Asia country is? Sometimes I don't know if they go to school at all because they don't think properly. They don't think properly. May God have mercy on my people. May God have mercy. And may God continue to give you the strength to carry us along. Because getting Biafra is not the most important thing, but teaching us how to manage our life. Teaching us how to manage the Biafra when the Biafra comes. That is the most important thing. Going to war is not the important thing at all. But how to manage the country when you get the freedom is the most important thing. Keep on watching our brain, director. And may God continue to bless you for that.
And you too. Thank you very much, my dear brother. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Thank you. You know, our people don't do research. There is a hint I am going to drop to you this morning that will change everything that you... I don't know. I want to wait for Yoruba to come and then I will strike them. There are facts I hold about the Ishekiri people, and I'm just waiting for Yoruba to come out and say that Ishekiri is from Benin Kingdom. Or that I would not release this very news. I have it. I have something. How the British people changed the name of the king of Ishekiri to sound Yoruba. They changed his name to sound Yoruba. Olomu. Olomu is not his name. The Nana of Ishekiri's name is not Olomu. It is not. I have the real name. The British changed it to try to convince Ishekiri they are not Biafrans. I have the original name. And the name is Igbo. I did not get the name from anywhere. I got it from Greenwich in London, where they have it in the military archives in Greenwich. That's where I got it from. I have the incontrovertible proof that Ishekiri is Igbo. I have it. I don't base it on sentiment. I am not telling you what I do not know. I got it from a white man, Onyocha, in Greenwich in London. I have the proof that they changed the name of the Nana of Ishekiri to sound Bini, to sound Yoruba, but unfortunately for them, the original document from the son of the Nana exists still today in London, here in London. And I have it. I tell him, my goodness me. I want to debate Wole Soyinka. I want to use facts and figures to derobe him. After the debate, an Apoya Nobel Prize. I said the zoo is a contraption. A damnable contraption full of liars and cheats. I said, I have the documentation that proves that Ishekiri is Igbo. Proof. This is Radio Biafra. Before you come here to ask questions, understand that we are learned people. I didn't go to school in a zoo university. I left on Soka because they were not teaching anything. I left UNN because they were not teaching us anything. We are learned. Believe you me, we are. And that is why Biafra will be sparkling clean. We know what to do. And here, Baka, we have nothing. And we can bring you Radio Biafra on CHK at 7.6 FM. We are on satellite. We are online. Imagine what we'll do if we have money. Just imagine it. Nobody will watch CNN. Right? People receiving Radio Biafra now, do they listen to another radio station? The answer is no. Go to places where CHK is on the ground. Do they listen to anything else? The answer is no. The same way when we go on TV, people abandon CNN and BBC. Just watch and see. We are formidable, believe it. We may be black people from Africa, but we come with a difference, honestly speaking. Incorruptibility. And to substantiate my earlier claim about the Ishekiri people, I have here before me a treaty signed by the British with the Ishekiri people of Benin River in 1884. 16th of July, 1884. I have the document in front of me, original. I am going to read this very document to let every person born of the zoo that we have been existing before Nigeria. I want to prove it to all of you listening right now via your FM radio that Biafra had always been in existence and why we must not vote. I am going to read the document for you so you understand it. So you understand it, please. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Listen very carefully, please. This is a treaty document signed in 1884. And it reads, oh, Chineke, Okuasi, lies can never endure. This is a treaty with the kings and chiefs of Ishekiri. But when the British came, listen carefully, they thought that in Biafra land we had kings. When they came and they realized that there were no kings in Biafra land, what you had was village heads, people who spoke for the elders. They used their hand to cancel it. So it no more read treaty with kings, it only read treaty with chiefs of Ishekiri. They couldn't spell Ishekiri, they called it Jakri. I have the paper in front of me, I'm reading from an original document. Then I will read what this treaty says. This is Radio Biafra, we are live. We want to prove to it. I am saying that the Ishekiri people are Igbo people. I'm not giving them any concession anywhere else. I have the real name of your chiefs then. I have the name. And it's an Igbo name. And you'll be amazed. Not just the man, but the son as well. You will be shocked. The white man came and changed our names to sound Yoruba, to sound Bini. So they will say, oh, they're from Bini. No, I have the white man has the original name. It's here in Greenwich in London. And they were hiding it from you. Do you know they will be dreading the day they allowed us to come to this. They will be, oh my God, if we had known. We have destroyed that myth. And that is where Biafra is coming. I'll read this for you. Her Majesty the Queen of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland, the Empress of India, and the chiefs of Ishekiri. This is an agreement between Her Britannic Majesty Queen Victoria and the head of the clan of Ishekiri. Listen carefully, please. Being desirous of maintaining and strengthening the relations of peace and friendship which have for so long existed between them. The white man is telling you that he came in peace, that he wants to maintain peace with the Ishekiri clan. That's what he's saying. And friendship. From friendship and peace, Nigeria came. From this agreement, nobody gave the British the authority to create Nigeria. And I'm coming. I will read it for you. Her Britannic Majesty has named and appointed E.H. Hewitt Esquire. That is a white man's name. E.H. Hewitt. H-E-W-E-T-T. Her consul for the Bights of Benin and Biafra. Are you listening? Biafra. Contained in British document. They mentioned two people, Bini and Biafra. Bini and Biafra are not the same. But one person was in control of Bini and Biafra at the time. His name was E.H. Hewitt. They sent him to conclude a treaty for this purpose. Britain entered into an agreement with Biafra. It is here, their own documentation. Their own documentation. So that you people will understand what is happening. They have agreed the following. Oh, my goodness me. My goodness me. My goodness me. This is incredible. Incredible. They entered into an agreement with Biafra. It is here in black and white. In black and white. Yet people ask us stupid questions. Where is this your Biafra even? Where it is coming from? Ask Britain. They met Biafra when they came. They used their mouth to mention Biafra. They used their pen, their typewriters to write about Biafra. That was before an Igbo man, Franco Pigo. An Igbo man, the principal of Okreka Grammar School, Igbo, told everybody, do you know who we are? He told Ojukwu. Ojukwu said no. He said our name is Biafra. Ojukwu said, are you sure? He said yes, we are Biafra. These are the historical facts because he was a learned man. Igbo man, Igbo. The man that reminded us as to what our name is today. They're saying we are Niger Delta. If you're Niger Delta, at least Chief Opigo would have said Niger Delta. But he told Ojukwu, our name is Biafra. It is here. Even in Ishekiri land, Biafra. Now you understand why we are formidable, don't you? Now you know why everybody needs to support Radio Biafra. Everybody must. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? Turn your system down, for goodness sake. We must be civilized. We must be civilized. If you want to call Radio Biafra, turn your system down. If you don't turn it down, I can't take your call. What is your name and where are you calling from? The caller on the phone. Hello?
I'm correctly from Baba.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Please, there's something that I want to tell you because as you speak to me now, I'm really happy. I want us to do something to bypass this relation. What do we do? Anything possible. I'm ready to do whatever thing it is for us to make sure that we achieve our end. Because if it's enough, it's enough. Enough is enough. That is my own problem now. What do I do? Why do you do it to stop them from this election? Because I see it as if we are talking too much. Because people are saying we don't do anything, we don't do this, then I want us to do something.
We will do something, my dear, but don't listen to the very bad. You don't want to do anything. We calculate our move before we strike. Do you understand? IPOB has never failed before. We measure our steps. Do you think we are going to close again? Radio Biafra is impossible. We build things slowly, gradually from the bottom up. Start action. So we can start action and people will rush in and say, oh, we are pledging this, we are pledging that. We said there will be no election. Watch and see what will happen. You come out to vote and you will die. There will be no election, we said. Simple and short. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? The one on Skype, stay where you are.
Good morning, Director.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Ihanacho Chukwu-Bukada, calling from United Kingdom. I come from Imo State in Biafra land.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm the PRO of Indigenous people of Biafra in South Shore.
Thank you very much.
I want to use the opportunity to thank you for your good work you are doing for Indigenous people of Biafra all over the world. I say may God continue to bless you.
You say? Go ahead.
I want to use this opportunity to announce our meeting that coming up on Friday. This Friday. All the Indigenous people of Biafra in South Shore, which is Sheffield, Barnsley, Doncaster, and Rotherham. We are having our meeting by Friday, 1 p.m. The venue is one of our brother house, Brother John house. All our brothers are listening from South Shore. Please come out for our meeting on Friday. For the number to contact our coordinator, Judea Obena is 07 9024 52601. I repeat the number again. 07 9024 52601. The time is 1 o'clock. Thank you. Director. But God bless you for your good work you're doing.
He said, thank you very much for that. Thank you. This is Radio Biafra. This is Radio Biafra. We are marching on. We are resolute. We are determined. We are relentless. We are formidable. And there will be no election. Epota a war you will die off. You will go and smoke weed. Or Wazirike will give Jonathan some money and ask him to mobilize Mazop to do Togre work for him. And then you will be answering Biafra. You will come to destroy the coming of Biafra. You come out and you will perish. Mad people. The caller on Skype, can you hear me? The caller on Skype, yes, please.
Good afternoon from India.
And good. Let me see. It's good. Still good morning from here. Go ahead.
My name is Zubeshko Ibebunam. I'm calling from India. I'm from Anambra State, Nnewi North Local Government.
Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Director, first of all, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for your good work, because without you, I don't know what we can do. And I also thank Chukwu Abiyama, who made it possible for us. Because even in our Bible, he said that whosoever acknowledge him as a God, whenever we call him, he will answer us. So I thank you so much, by Director. Those that think that those Pentecostal church that they say that they are born again, here in a Radio Biafra that you will be born again. I'm a born again through Radio Biafra. Director, another thing I want to say that I don't, mostly I listen to Radio Biafra every day. I don't normally hear people from Nnewi that call. We are the people that are supposed to carry this our head.
Hold on. We mounted a station at Nnewi. They couldn't even fuel it. Nnewi could not buy petrol for our generator. So we are moving it from Nnewi and moving it to where they need it more. Or where they need it most. Nnewi could not afford petrol for our relay station.
Biafra, honestly, this is bothering me so much, because I don't know where Chukwuemeka from. I'm second grade from with Chukwuemeka. I heard a brother called about 2 days ago from Nnewi. He's my brother. I know him very well. So I wonder what Chukwuemeka will be doing. Chukwuemeka will be doing where he is now, and I know that he's in a light place. That Nnewi people are not petrol and are not coming out. It's very, very sad for me to hear. If there is anything, I even trying my best to know if I can come down there. If it's the petrol, I will be buying. So that people, because even in our page, Nnewi page, I posted that there will be no election. I know the kind of insult that I'm getting there. They call me sort of name. I keep twisting that there will be no election. But that does not make me to stop. So if there is any way or anyhow that they can spread that gospel in Nnewi there, my director will be so appreciated, so that they will be patronized and contributing what we are doing. Another thing that I want to say is that there is last time I heard that one of our brother called us, asked if we can speak Igbo. My director, I would like to beg you, if anybody that called and said that he want to speak Igbo, you can allow him. When he's talk, that you can interpret it to those that cannot be able to.
I'm not an interpreter. I don't have time to interpret. I'm not an interpreter. And I will not do that.
Okay, but
there will be a special Igbo program once I get into Biafra land. We can do that. Do one for also Urobo, Ishekiri, Ijo, every language that we can find. We'll try and accommodate in Radio Biafra. But to try and give Igbo language special dispensation, we will not do that.
Okay, my director, you know the best. All my happiness is that we have somebody like you can be represent us in the whole world. Thank you so much. Let my case here.
Thank you very much for calling and well spoken as well. The caller on the phone, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, director.
Yes, please. Your name and where you are. First of
Hello,
all, yes, I can hear you. Your name.
I'm calling from Imo State.
Where in Imo State are you?
My name is Uchechukwu. I'm calling from Imo State.
Thank you. Uchechukwu, go ahead.
Hello?
I can hear you for the last time. Go ahead.
I'm the one that called that time that you said that my number is not showing on your phone.
Your number is still not showing.
Hello?
Your number is still not showing. It's not showing.
Look at my number now. Let me call.
You can't call. Hold on. You are in the zoo. Your number is not showing. Send us a text message. Send a text message. Can you do that? Send a text message from your number. Can you do that? Hello? Oh, my goodness me. I don't think you even have to bother sending anymore. I don't like people who don't listen to simple instructions. Something very, very simple. I know that we lost the war in 70 because of lack of discipline among some ranks. The same thing will not happen again. It will not happen again. This is Radio Biafra. We have been on for over 3 hours. Normally, we only run our morning programs for only 2 hours. We have been on air for nearly 3.5 hours. Therefore, we must bring this program to a befitting conclusion. We are going to repeat it. So if you listen very carefully, you may get a repeat later. Thank you very much for listening wherever you are. I know some have also tried to get through to us and they couldn't do so. This is Radio Biafra. We are going to reconvene again in the evening, 7 p.m. here, 8 p.m. in Biafra land. 8 p.m. in Biafra land. 7 p.m. in London, 8 p.m. in Biafra land. In case you have not observed before, I think we have made it abundantly clear today by virtue of this very gospel that to us die-hard Biafrans, Biafra is our religion. Biafra is our religion. Here on Radio Biafra is where we worship because Chukwu Abiyama is God in heaven. The name of God in heaven is Chukwu Abiyama. He will guide, bless each and every one of you. He will sustain and keep your families. He will embolden you. He will strengthen your hand in this very race we are pursuing to restore his kingdom upon the face of this very earth. But above all, Chukwu Abiyama will bless Biafra. I thank you all very much for listening. And as we wait to recommence this evening, 7 p.m. here in London, it is from me to you a very simple good morning.
Land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. We have vanquished all enemies. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. In him we trust. Shout it, sing it. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. We have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our trumpets pealing the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra. We shall always remember all that perished in the struggle for our freedom. All hail our heroes. Our prayer shall be known both day and night. Say them always. All hail Biafra. have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our triumph